ตอบแทนนะคะว่าเรามีคนมาคอยตามงานเรากลับไปเป็นนักเรียนอีกครั้งหนึ่งวันนี้รางวัลแห่งความขยันจะไปตกอยู่ที่ใครนะคะแล้วก็จะบอกอีกครั้งหนึ่งว่าคนที่จะได้รับรางวัลหรือไม่ได้รับในวันนี้ไม่ได้แปลว่าคุณเป็น the best หรือว่าคุณแย่กว่าคนอื่นไม่ใช่นะคะแต่ว่าเดฟเขาจะดูหลายๆอย่างนะคะดูหลายๆเหตุผลซึ่งเดี๋ยวเขาคงจะบอกว่าเขามีเหตุผลอะไรบ้างในการที่จะเลือกใครขึ้นมาไม่ใช่ว่าคนที่ทำงานดีที่สุดมากกว่าอีก9ทีมที่เหลือไม่ใช่วันนี้แจ้งนะคะว่าเราเหลือทั้งหมด10ทีมนะคะมีหนึ่งที่เรา go on ไปเลยนะคะแล้วก็จะได้ตาม schedule ของเรานะคะเพราะฉะนั้นทีมแรกวันนี้เป็นพี่สาลินีนะคะจาก Laughing Dog ดูนะคะว่าเช้านี้จะหัวเราะออกไหม เชิญเลยค่ะ
Today is the final day for our project, but actually it's my first time doing this presentation in the public. Okay, let's start with what my idea is come from. I will tell about how I travel. Like a few months ago, I have problem when I stay at the hotel. And I have planning today. I'm going somewhere, and the next day, and the next day, and I always complaining about carrying all these gadgets with me because it's so heavy. So I have to planning every day. Like today, tonight at hotel, I using Wi-Fi from the hotel, and I do download on all the maps and wherever I'm going tomorrow. So tomorrow I don't have to carry big machine. That's why. And so I think tomorrow morning I'm gonna take anything, a smartphone, a small thing, as light as possible. Okay, that's what idea come from. And you may have already seen my process in the Facebook already. Our brand identity would be very simple, minimal, but we concentrate in our finest craftsmanship and finest material that we can afford. And all the bags might be multi-function. Many customers always asking me, what is this bag for? I would say, up to you, okay? And then our product would be non-seasonal. So some items have already been sold on the market like 10 years already, but still on shelf today, okay? And my customer are adult, not young people, sorry. And both men and female, men and women, and city life. Many of my customers would be tourists, okay? And no specific occupation. Before I attend our last seminar, I doing my research, asking people around me what they have problem when they have to carry all their gadgets every day. And I come up with the answer like this, like how they're gonna carry every accessory, try to make it as comfortable as much as possible. Try to make it light and without missing anything, and make it easy to use, like here. That's the idea. So we come to how I have to grouping the gadget. I would grouping them by how necessity. I would say everybody has already carried their smartphone in their pocket or maybe in their handbag like this. They already have this. And the next important thing for them would be a battery, the cable, and the headphone. So this is the next important thing for them. And the later important for them would be this iPad mini. and the charger. They will carry this heavy thing just only when they have to. Okay, and this depends on how their lifestyle. Today I'm driving, I will keep this in my car. When I'm travel in public transportation, I might leave it at hotel room. Okay, so I was thinking of doing something like detachable. Here, detachable means I can put this most important thing and the less one in 2 bags separate, and we can use them all together. Okay, here we show you once again. All this bag should be lightweight and put all the components, to serve the needs. Because asking my customer what do they use at the moment, they said they have free complimentary from cosmetic, from airline, from bank, and put them 1 or 2 for this and this and this, and wrap everything in a bag. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go. And my sketch starting from the first one here, kind of like envelopes look, but then I go back and think when the user use it and they standing or walking, everything might fall apart. So I'm going to next sketch. This one, the first one, kind of like CD organizer, which is too bulky for me. Diary look, and just a pouch, and accordion envelopes. This one is kind of like book cover, which is okay. It may not be that very interesting, just simple. But I think I might go with this, and I can work with some detachable case with extra compartment back here. I use peg and maybe some elastic band to attach. And the next sketch, I tried the same design for book cover, but try it vertically. And then I go back to the last one with some cover. Then I started work on cardboard mock-up over here. Many. I have 6. I brought my cardboard mock-up today, more than 6 design. And then I start working on, here is my final cardboard. And then I starting work on fabric mock-up. I would say the whole process, I work from the cardboard, take me a week already. Then I start working on this first fabric mock-up. 2 days to finish this, whole 2 days for my worker. And then I found out something need to be changed. Okay. At the same time, I try to finalize the second design. And then when I go back to this one, I see what to be correct. I start editing over here. I resize them. I'm changing the fabric. Okay, and then I found out, okay, I better make another change. Okay, and then we come to the final and the product testing, and you see my first prototype. Okay, I wish I could explain more of this. The first one is come with the cover and the attachment, like this. They have multi-functional also. You can hook this like this, okay? And the second one also is about the same idea. I just unbutton them this, and the small bag will have a holder, so I can use this separately and put this in my handbag. Okay, you got it? Okay, my reference. Okay, how structure of the bag would be. Okay, and what I'm thinking for the next step I'm doing to marketing for this, I have to go back and really doing more work. Like all this make take too long in terms of manufacturer, so the work labor cost would be too high, and I need to do some packaging for this because there are lots of detail to explain to the customer. Okay, and my channel would be kind of like in the department store as usual as what I did before. Okay. Any question? Not now? Okay, thank you.
Hi, good morning. We are from Ferreira, and our objective is to design a new line of our product. Normally, we have a product like home accessory, bag, and we're really focusing on women. So you can see that mostly of our product is quite girly, and we think that our future is we try to observe more about our user behavior, and we think that women now, so they concern more about their health, and so they do more exercise, and the bag in the market is not much enough for their choice. Normally we have Nike, Adidas, but you can also imagine that those kind of sport bag is really, how to say, the pattern and the style is really speedy, and you can feel more energy about this kind of branding. But somehow we think that our target group, they still have like a casual style. I want to keep the feminine sense of feminine in our bag. So we want to design a yoga bag for them. That was our first objective. So we researched about yoga bag in the market. You can see from the left side on the top part, like some of the some user like doesn't have how to say comfortable bag to use for the yoga mat, so they carry by themselves. Or on the right side, some yoga bag is very functional, not like girly at all. Or some people use fashion bag, just put the yoga mat in the bag. And for active person, they just use the belt for the mat and maybe use the bike. And so we look all of this and come up with two ideas of the design. And for the target group,
for the target group, we're looking for the office ladies because they usually like go to the fitness or the yoga class afterward. So the office lady is about like 20 to the 40, and because our product in our shop, like the price is like not the high price, so people can get it easy. So the price we set is not the high price, it's about like $30. So we want the woman who's like really like to work, but they like to work out, but not the hard work. That work out is just like work out, like yoga classes. So about the design.
yes, and of course, first of all, we have to know what in the bag, and yoga is quite light sport, and you just have like small shirt, pants, and maybe some accessory, which depend on the person as well. So our design direction, we come with two options of the design. First is because yoga mat is main accessory for this sport. So we think that some person is concerned about the cleanness. So the first design would be like totally cover the mat, and the second design would be more casual, like tote bag, but have some detail to serve the function of carrying the yoga mat. This is our sketching. And when I start sketching, I feel like sketch on the paper is not, how to say, we have to test it because it's quite functional, and normally we don't have much functional bag, but after sketching for a while we select two ideas to do the testing. So at first, I want to challenging myself by designing something that totally different in the market. And so this design is like a rolling bag, and we add like small pocket for your mat and clothes and everything like a jigsaw. And we testing with the function how to put in the mat, and with the zipper how is this work. But after we testing it, yeah, we have a problem with the top part and the bottom part, and the mat is quite heavy. So we have to develop this idea to be more durable for carrying. And we also change many fabric. We choose the thicker fabric for more durable, and we put the lining with the color to keep the style of Ferrella. And because the bag is very, the fabric is quite soft, so at the top part, we have to use small hem. We make it harder, to keep the shape of the bag. And we not, of course, not forget to put our logo in the bag. Yeah, this is our second mock-up for testing, and we have a problem. If you remember, in the Facebook we post that this area is not nice. Maybe the problem is because of the position that we put the strap on it. Yes. And this is the real fabric that we're gonna make the prototype, and we have some choice, like very, very girly, or we want to add some blue to keep it more sport. This is a second option for tote yoga bag. And we have a problem when we were testing, because when we want to carry the mat outside, we need a space, and also we need to make the strap adjustable enough, and we fixed the problem by, let me show you the real one. When you put the mat in here, this this slider would be adjustable to keep the mat locked for the tote bag. And of course, when you want to take it out, and so the bag would still seem like a normal tote bag and keep the Ferrera style in the bag. And inside, you have like more space to carry on many stuff. But for another person who want to keep it light, would be just just a yoga mat, and you can carry it two way, this way, and or either this way. And inside still have pocket. There's small pocket for clothes as well, and small pocket for phone. And this is our prototype poster. And if just in case that some person want to carry it like this, we have small pocket to put the bottle water on this to keep the balance for the bag. But it would be just fine if you put some stuff in the bag and you just carry this way. Thank you.
Birthday. First, we will tell you about a little bit about my brand. My brand always use canvas mixed with litter step. It's a vegetable litter because we love to see when the litter is the color of litter change. We think that is beautiful and classic. Last month we have a chance to do a workshop with Crumpler, and we all got a job to create a new bag. And we realized that what is my brand identity? My brand identity is we always use imaginative color scheme, craft in detail. We use a good quality, and my bag is have more function in one bag. And my brand personality is lively, imaginative, cool, and outdoorsy. Then we do research about my target. My target is everyone who is imaginative. They love, they are outgoing, and they live in the city. And they love design and always take a laptop or IT gadget with them. According to our research, in material part, we will do a gimmick or litter, and we will use a variety of colors. In function, my bag can use in every day and can adjust to many form and many style. We do like a test on material, like a dipping color on the litter or stamping.
And waterproof already.
And then we do a sketch for our bag. Our bag will use can adjust to many form like this. And then we try to do like a development, and we do a mock-up. And we found that when we do it, maybe it's hard to use, so we develop. And this is first design. And she will show you how to use it. Like a tote bag, and when you have to carry your laptop, you just fold it down like this, and and this like a messenger bag like this. Mm. Okay. And this is our second design. Like a handbag, and you can fold this like a small messenger bag. Our design will look casual, and we use many color of fabric and color dipping technique to make it more interesting. And it's also related to our brand personality that is lively and imaginative. Thank you.
Hi everybody, we form with me handcart. Yeah. From topic Back to the Future, the target group we interested in the people who is designer. This is my target group. My target group is designer. Example, architect, creative, and the author. And activity of them is who is bike to the work and use the bike in every day. Maybe example, travel, working, or go to everywhere. And sorry, bike to the work and like to take a photo by compact camera, and like to update by social media. The age around 27 to 40. What do they carry? Phone, compact camera, tablet, sketchbook, or stationery and accessory, and the other. Sometimes they will carry notebook, small notebook for present. Our concept, this is our concept and sketch. First design, we want to design messenger bag and tote bag in one. Yeah. Function is for keep accessory, have small accessory to collect accessory. Oh, sorry. Hole in the front and hole in the back for keep small thing, and one big hole, and have a hole in the front and hole in the back for keep small thing, and one big hole. And second design, we design bike for back. Sorry, back for the bike. And you can attach with the frame and can take out for use in like class. And this first mock-up, we use cardboard for test. First, we have a problem about the size because it's small and quite long for use. It's hard to use. And so we mock up to we change the size and add more function in the front and the back. And this is material. With me is working leather, so we use the leather for our product. And use the brand hardware because it's quite strong for use. And this is
production process. Yeah. And this first design where he will show you. The strap can take out. When you use this strap, you can use this like cloth back. And then when you want to use tote bag, you can take the strap out, and if you want to keep more accessory, you can adjust. We design low top because it's easy when you bike. Yeah. When you adjust, you can keep drawing paper in long scale. Yeah, like this. You can. Yeah, this hole for keep long paper. Okay. The picture show how to use like this. When you bite, I will roll the top for it's easy when you bite. Yeah. This when you bite, and this when you carry like this. And next, second design is bite bag. We design small and easy to collect many things. Some accessory, phone, tablet, or stationery. Yeah, you can attach the bicycle by this strap, like this, and you can take them out when you want to use bag. And this bag you can keep it in big tote. Yeah. When you want to use class bag, you can take them out. Like this. You can keep small accessory, iPad or phone. You took it. Yeah. And if you want to use cloth bag, you can use the step or use like this. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Hello, okay. Hello, I'm Song from Daddy's Girl. Here is my inspiration people, also the target that I want to make the bag for them. Like have the people who have activity, a lot of activity more in one day. And maybe a mom or a travel lover. And also someone who rides a bicycle for work. And this is how they look like for my imagination. Yeah, the target group is simple lifestyle, but into the detail. And they have a creative and confident, have their own character. And this is my target group lifestyle. They have that activity like travel, workout, meeting in one day. And from the target lifestyle, here is the design M. Can be carry on for the travel and can make many style in one bag and suit for everyday lifestyle, practical and easy to match with the outfit. Yeah, I want to keep it simple but functional. And the price range is 80 and 100 US. Here is the first design at the day on the Crumpler workshop. That I want to make the function but keep it simple. And this is my final sketch, my two final sketch. Have a strap. And here is the experiment. At first I make the small one. Yeah, and then I make the bigger one in the real size. Have to make the small one for test everything, the function. Yeah, the second one is the normal one, but with the functional. Here is the material. My material is a plastic sheet combined with the PU, and the back tool combined with the canvas. At first, I intend to use the woven fabric that I weave it myself, but when I put the woven fabric with the PU, it's not matched well, and it's heavy also. So I changed into the plastic one because it's super light and it's very easy to take care of. You can weave out the stand and everything. Also, PU can do it too. Yeah. And normally I use just a gold bucket, but this bag I want to be like unisex bag, so I changed everything into the black accessory, so like can use with the both female and male. Here is the pattern and the bag. Here, the first one. Yeah. You can carry like a tote bag. Like this, yeah. And then they have a strap. The bag you can put to the backpack. Just remove change the position. Wait a minute. Yeah, and this is the pack style. You just change the bucket position. Yeah. And then you can use like this also. Yeah, yeah, the first style, and here, yeah, like this, and it can change it. ได้อีกเป็นสะพายข้างไปเอาตัวล่างขึ้นใช่ตัวล่างออกก็เป็นอย่างนี้อันนี้ก็ได้อันนี้อันเดียวก็ได้โอเค yeah can be this one and crossover also yeah it depends what your outfit that day to match the bag style. Yeah. And the second one is like the tote, yeah, and have the pocket in front. If you want to put a card for like a public transportation, everything, and also have a strap to be a crossover bag. Oh, I forgot. And this one, I do a little pocket to put the phone. It's very easy to use because I tried them before. Like this, you can bring out the phone easily. And when you go to the public transportation, it's easy to take out the card, everything. Yeah. And I make a secret pocket to keep like a money, everything. So it's quite suit for every day, everywhere, and everyone for one day. Yeah. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Okay, thank you. We are product designers from Labrador. My name is Pe, and this is my friend. And today we're gonna present about our work that we have done so far in this workshop. And let's start a little bit with our brand story. Labrador factory located near Bangkok with eco-friendly, concerned mind. We design lifestyle products. For the past 10 years, we are well known about high-quality leather goods and eco-friendly concern. Further than Labrador, we do our sub-brands.
We Labrador. For we Labrador, we are focused on the recycled material. We design product from useless to material to make it upcycle again. This is we Labrador's product. And this. Another brand, Labrador paper. This brand produce paper goods that one can purchase. All of our brand focus on the high quality, creativity, simplicity, and eco-friendliness.
And now here for Back to the Future workshop, we start our design process that we learned from the workshop. We chose a person to be our main target, and her lifestyle, she is a product designer of the A24. Yeah, and we don't know who. Yeah, okay. Her lifestyle can easily explain to like 2 days, weekdays and weekend. In weekdays she drives to work, and in weekend she goes for a walk in town by public transportation. She always dressed with like the same style, so she want a bag that suits her clothes. And the stuff she carry, like in weekday she carry fewer stuff, and in weekend she carry bigger and more stuff. And as you see in the slide, there are some common stuff. And she doesn't want to move her stuff frequently. So it's come our concept, weekdays and weekend bag. Oh yeah, and our design aim is important that it has to be able to carry on weekdays and weekends. It must be minimal style, and it should have unique or well-designed details that doesn't have to be shown to anyone, and with sufficient function, and must like carry on shoulder in order to feel comfortable and secure. The price must be around 2,000 baht, and it should look good for a year.
We are brainstorm and group ideas, and we choose the 4 possible ways, A, B, C, and D. After we scored them, we selected A, C, and D to the develop.
This is our first real scale mock-up from craft paper. We floated and floated again, floated again, and we compare with a real person. This is the front of the bag, and this is the back of the bag that fits for a laptop. And it can minimize the size by floated down. And we found a problem is that the bottom of the bag started to unshape when we put something thick or heavy in it. So we solved it by design the float detail in the bottom to make it stable and provide the thickness. We developed several patterns and this is our final one. And let's see the production of the D.
This is the mock-up of the folding on the bottom detail. Can be fold in the middle for the make it half size, and this is the full size. The problem that is whatever. No, sorry. It's what shapelet. We try to solve it, but in limited time, it's not still okay. Sorry. This is the pattern to develop, and the part of the final. We chose materials. These criteria, and we got whatever paper for the main material.
And this is the production part. This is our final cardboard mock-up. And we did it in our factory. We have Peacock helping us for serving, and we guide her step by step. And finally, we got the bag that we call one bag. We name it one bag. It's got this name because the body of the bag is made from the whole one sheet. The body of the bag made from only one sheet, and this is the half size for the weekdays when you carry fewer stuffs. And the other side of the bag can expand to make it full size to carry like laptops. And the strap is adjustable. This is for laptop. Yeah. And the production for the D. กดอันไหนอะ
This is a cardboard prototype. Based on detail. When you fold, sewing process. This is a bag. This is a final bag. We call it faces because we faces the thickness. It made the shape. The front of the full size and the big and the back with the zipper. Fit for a laptop. And I need small. This is a half size.
And for the marketing part, we decided to keep our main four key messages: the high quality, creativity, simplicity, and eco-friendliness. But we found that our products are slightly different than Labrador's one, so we are going to separate the brand to zone and like to add more fresh and fun design in this brand. We would promote it with digital medias and presses that get along with our characters. And we might do some cool activities to let people talk about it, like in the picture is flat mob. And luckily we have a shop, so we may provide some corner for this product, and we will go to fair as much as possible. Yeah. And this is important part. You don't know. Okay. Thank you. Or okay, it's time out. So thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I will be spending the next 10 minutes telling you the story of NAS. It started in a very unique and unusual way of the Royal Thai Air Force C-130 taking me down to Pattani province in the 3 southernmost provinces of Thailand, where it is still unrest and with insurgency. Pattani itself is a very peaceful and quiet and serene town. It has a lot of historical architecture, really, really beautiful, and people in there really live a small, slower daily life. Their craft, art and craft is really, really elaborate. This is woodblock printing, batik, which is their tradition. And I was asked to conduct a course, a painting course, that is an extension of their tradition for the substance use disorder patients in the Pantanyarak Pattani Hospital. So I didn't want to change everything, so I wanted to keep that tradition by using the wax, because batik is wax resist, and wax resist is actually the philosophy of the craft in the area. So I designed a course to suit the patient's condition. So I used abstract expressionism, or we nickname it free paint, to suit the patient's condition of their mental and physical condition. By asking Ramatipadi Hospital to donate the hospital fabric for the patients to experiment with. In this way, they don't feel like it's such a precious fabric. They can play with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. They can make mistakes, and there's a bunch of more fabric for them to work on. And before going there, I used the hospital fabric and painted and make some bags as an example for them that it is very possible for them to make the bag from upcycling the fabric and make it more useful and more beautiful. So these are the examples that I brought down, even make a more complex design. And when we went there, it was so much fun. Even though going there in a military plane and having to be escorted by military soldier, but when we arrived there, it was so much fun. We taught them how to stretch the fabric, helped them to make the batik table, and taught them how to paint. This is the fabric, and they had to learn how to fix the color and wash it and dry it. And we asked the local tailor in the area to help making the bags. And this is our first prototype. When we had the first prototype, I finished the course, and I didn't want to end there because I felt if I leave, everything would end. And it's not a sustained way, and it wasn't the way I wanted to be. I wanted to keep going. I want the patients to keep painting and make the bags for themselves. And so I asked all my friends, they are the experts from different fields, the IT developer, the media strategist, graphic designer, and one of the students who wanted to conduct his thesis, the final year thesis on the website design of NAS. So all of us grouped together, had so many meetings, and we set up the brand NAS. We select the fabric that we thought would go well in the collection and made the collection. But then we thought there's something missing in the design, and we didn't know what it was, but we thought it doesn't have a soul. So we went into Back to the Future workshop, listening to Dave and Kane and Andy, And that was one thing that Dave said in the talk, and there was one phrase, and he said signature style, and I realized that that was missing from it because NAS is a group of people working together, and I didn't want to take the ownership. I didn't want to put my signature in the design because it belongs to everyone, and then I thought I was wrong because it lacked of the souls. So with the help of Kane, we came up with the core brand identity and the marketing and the R&D. Because for me, the bag, the touch of it is very important, and it has to be friendly. It has to be tactile, and it has to be close to the heart of the people who make it and people who are using it. And thanks to Kane, he came up with the phrase, warm to the touch. So we use that, warm to the touch, close to the heart, well-made, handmade, good quality, and art therapy in the design guideline. And our core and brand identity is one-of-a-kind hand-painted bags as art therapy for substance use disorder patients in the south of Thailand. And our design DNA, it has to be lightweight, and all the components and parts has to be available in the area if possible, because it's difficult to send all the accessories down to the south. Even we have to revise the logo and the color of the brand, because Dave said that it doesn't read NAS, it reads NAG, and so we revised it. At the workshop, I started making sketches by, the first thing that came up to me was the drawstring. So I started sketching a lot of drawstring bags and using the flower bud that we made from the leftover fabric after cutting the bag pattern at the end of the string bag. And we found our muse and explore her life and what she likes and what she believes, what she carries in her bag. And we found out that she's a bag lady because she put bags in her bags in her bags in her bags, and there's a lot of smaller bags in a big bag. And that's the main thing that we wanted to do. I have my own timer. This is her and her life, her belief, her job, and she's an activist in Big Tree. And she really believes in, like, she loves the nature, she loves the tree, and this is the person whom we like to focus on. So drawstring bag, and the flower bud. And thanks to Pimon and they made a lot of paper prototype. We made loads and loads of paper prototype and did a revision before we made the final one. And still, there's a lot of changing. We have a lot of other prototype that I really like this bag. And it's for toiletry that women would put a lot of things and go to the bathroom when they travel. And they just dump these in their suitcase, and everything is in there, and it's in different color, and they can put, they know what's in each of them. And these are the original drawstring bag that I like. That was the original idea. And this one, this is 6 bags, and it was too much and too heavy. The fabric was too thick, so we changed it, make the fabric lighter with less lining. And so these are the final product, and we have a little video presentation for everyone to see. That was the director of the Panarapa Senior Hospital. This is he. Yeah. And everybody was enjoying painting. There was more than 30 of the patients joining our project. This is the fabric of this one. They had to do everything, washing, cleaning.
morning. Welcome back to the Future TV show with me. Today you with me, I'm Chanita Viriyachai, and this section brought to you by Cozy Cottage brand. Tie in, a little bit tie in. Okay, today we will start with to introduction our company. Cozy Cottage just established in 2013, and we are young designer who love to do illustration work. So we can do any kind of product printed on any kind of fabric and material. Let's say right now we have scarf, we have wrapping paper, notebook, and also some printing on synthetic leather. We made as bag, notebook cover, and also some design service. Okay. We start this project with our target group. We really focus on our target group. If you ask me who is the target group, the answer will be me, myself, because our designer design for the lady who is around 25 to 30 something, who has the salary about 20,000 to 50,000. And this bag, they can carry like everyday life using. And the function, okay, let's see what inside the bag that some kind of lady like me. I can say that I'm one of the city life women. So here has a pocket, some Cozy Cottage notebook, okay, my phone, and some bagging bag for my cosmetics. So this would be enough for us. Okay, and this part, because I'm a working lady, so I have some name card here in this part of the bag. And sometimes we can put some gadget here, easier to pick it up when the phone rings. Okay, and not only, thank you very much. And not only this, we also think about how to change its look. Because of this, you can use it like a crossbody bag. And this part, I put the BTS or BRT because I always transport with public transportation. And like someday I feel like it's a little bit boring, so I can change it. And okay, if I have time, I will fix here this part to tie it here, make some handmade parts, and it can be shorter as a shoulder bag like this. So this is the first prototype for us. I forget to change this. Okay, our target group can afford. So the salary that they got or their income, so they can afford the B class bag, like let's say Zara closet, like Thai designer bag, or even some Coach, which is not so expensive. For Gucci product, is too high for us for the price. And this is how she looked like. Okay, and I'm the one who really have passion in art, so I care about some details, like do they have some support inside the bag or some zipper, so I can put many things here. So our bag has some more details. And for the second prototype, thank you. And brought to you by Forest. Okay, for this bag, like today I wear in dark blue and yellow, so I decided to use this bag because it's easier to flip and change the look. Not only this part, but this part also can change. So it's adjustable bag, so you can select what you are going to look like for today. And also for this bag, you can put iPad mini and some tablet and notebook inside. Okay, this is our cost. So we can control cost at this budget, and we can sell it at 2,000 to 2,500 Thai baht. This is the bag that we are selling right now at booth Q31 and Q29. Please visit our booth. Okay, and this is our design. And we select the material. We use the rope because it's easier to adjust here. But after the prototype finish, I did some research to the ladies and find that this rope have to be changed because of it looked a little bit too tough for the lady. So our plan is to change this part to the maybe paint color, like all in black or all in white. Okay, this is our mock-up. The second mock-up is just happened because we first time we planned for only the one prototype. Okay. How it look like when I have time to tie it under the bag, or even you can or even we can weave it, to make it more beautiful in the style that you like. This is the second bag. Thank you.
Okay, so let's start with our crib. Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I think good afternoon. Okay, let's start with our brand identity. This is our backpack. We make a bag for big size for iPad and small size for mini iPad. That's the picture. Okay, so let's start with our brand identity. Actually, our brand starts with a watch and accessory product. And the bag is the second project for our forest. Actually, I really love nature material, so I put the nature material in every accessory in our design, and I make it to be modern and minimal to everyone to carry. Okay. Continue with the target research. This is our target research. Let me continue with the target research. This is our target research. First, a man and woman who are 18 to 30. Their salary is 15,000 baht, and they are so addiction to social media. Fourth, they always keep update checking news, stock, and application when they are outside. They love using iPad. They use public transportation. This is the main point. And commuting time, they are commuting time approximately 2 hours a day. And this is our target behavior. You can see they are always put their iPad outside and play it all the time they want. And this is the second research that we got. This is very horrible. Thai spend the longest commuting time in the world, an average more than 2 hours a day. So I make the bag to suit the target.
And this is a research from World Mapper. And we got a problem when I'm thinking about designing the backpack. People who have an iPad, they always hard to carry when they are put it out. I'm so exciting, so sorry. Okay. Okay. When we design the product and when we was research, we found that they are hard to carry. It's very hard to carry their bag and put their iPad to playing while they are commuting. And this is so uncomfortable and risk of falling or breaking. This is not including steering problem that might be occurred when you are put an iPad outside and playing in everywhere you want. Okay, so what do they carry? iPad and mini iPad, right? iPad accessory, wallet, notebook, pen, and key. Maybe a little bag made up for a woman. Okay, let's start with our design. Okay.
At first, we think that we have to decide which direction we should take, the vertical or horizontal that our customer want to use. So it has the pro and con. For the vertical user, it's mainly for social and information like Line or WhatsApp. But for the horizon, it's for like entertainment, like games or YouTube or video, shopping. We are using the horizon. So, but our target is like addict to social media. And keep updating. So we choose the vertical. But in fact, it can flip into horizon as well.
Yeah,
because
sure.
lab has many perspectives. Okay, so we will change the direction.
Yeah.
You can
Just change this strap
the chain is strapped into this one.
into this one.
Yeah,
And you can play it in horizon as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And if our product requirement is like you need to
Just test it. Okay. Whoa. Whoa.
it need to be it's easy to use the iPad in the bag. It's very important. And it needs to compatible to any situation and any cases of our customer. Because iPad is like it needs a lot of accessory in itself. The cases have many variety and someone not using it anymore. Okay. And it have to be easy to insert and take out. It's very important because it's using in the bag it's only for commuting time. But when you arrive at home or in your destination, you need to bring it out and use it normally. And of course, it's our brand concept need to be modern
And
and
minimal stuff.
Our experiment, this at first we need to find a way to carry the iPad, and it needs to function in every single thing that iPad provide, like adjusting the volume, silent, mute, and earphone. Everything needs to be works. And this one we using the elastic strap. It's good, but it looks vulnerable, and I'm afraid of falling or breaking. The second one is I'm mixing the electronic accessory into it. It looks strong and handy, but it's a bit hard to insert myself. And it can use earphone because it's upstacked on the spot. Okay.
Okay.
And it's really hard to combine with the bag, and it looks too technology. So we decided to make it in a normal slot. It's very challenging because the normal bag is very hard to do.
Yes.
And our experiment is our first shape design of this bag and using to open it from behind. But it doesn't work because your body you buy yourself. But this one is good because you can use the camera in this one. But we think with the easy to insert and easy to take out, the user can take it out and take a photo in any way they want. And this one is to open from like normal bag, and it again is by yourself. So we decide to open it from the front. The design look a bit weird no one doing this, but we think it's the best way to use it and play along the way. And this one is the first sketch before making the real one. We use wood on the side, and it's not enough working. So, and this one is the real paper prototype and the material. We use synthetic leather, and the real wood
The real
is a teak wood, very strong and thick,
adhesive.
to make a stick. So it becomes very unique style. The marketing is high. Is like the price around 2,900 to 3,600 baht per bag, and it mainly all focused on online marketing. Because it like customer can know our details better in online, and retailer as well, like the shop for technology and for aspire like celebrity to using to promote us on the online website. International marketing is the price will be a bit higher because we need to ship, so it will be 110 to 130 US dollar per bag. And the mainly focus on online, same. And we think of using fulfillment service company like Amazon to let them ship for us, like we ship the product to them and they send to our customer. And retailer and wholesaler as well. So can I have the back for again?
I need to test it.
The good one of this one is you can, when you open it, it's already
It's already
like
awake.
awake automatically, and if you can unlock it.
You can
so
unlock it and you can
click.
flip on any side on
Yes.
iPad.
And you can adjust the volume like I said on this one. You can
Yes.
put your hand on and click on every function. You can plug the earphone on this one.
On this one.
But normally we decide to like close the zip only halfway. So if you look inside, it already have a strap, so it's not falling. Yeah. And the hardest part is this one because it's very small. So we make a lot of
Mistake.
mistakes. The first one is like this thing.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, oh.
sorry.
And so we need to put the plastic on. But the plastic is very poor quality, so we don't want to use it.
Mm.
So we come with the final, we need to seal the PE, really thick, I don't know, it's plastic maybe. So we need to seal it with the bag, so we can make the leather this thick to become the cover of our bags. And this is the final outcome. Oh, come up.
Oh, okay. See my picture. No.
Thank you.
ลกๆร้อน
ครับอ๋อครับ สวัสดีครับ Hello everyone. Okay. We will start with brand story. Our brand is Carry On, so established since 1980 for maybe more than 30 years. And the brand identity and personality. Our brand presents product under concept for life and work essentials with personality, simple, modern, and functional. For this project, bag for bicycle in the city. So why we choose the bag for bicycle? Because following the Back to the Future, in the future, people will use more bicycle more than to use a car because running out of fuel. For design the bag that we design the bag that can use when ride the bicycle and when we park our bike, so we can still use this bag. อย่าเพิ่งเปลี่ยนนะ and design the bag that protect and comfortable when ride and walk. For the target group, age 25 to 30 years old, and travel with bicycle, or maybe their hobby is to ride bicycle. So we have research that we talk to the rider that what do they carry when they ride. They carry a wallet, phone, tablet, camera key, and any accessories.
Okay, about design brief concept and mood and tone. We have concept to write off and have a mood and tone for reflective, nice, strong, and active. So we have inspiration from bicycle shape, form, and rider. And this is our sketch. Then I have to sketch and think about when they are human body. Like this. Okay, so then, so we adjust for the body shape, and all about scale size for this human body, like this, and have a shape from the adjusters. Okay. So, and we design for back on bicycle hand. This one for
The handle.
the handle, and with a like a
Strap.
rider too. Okay. So when we develop when we develop design the back structure for this one, then we decide about material and color. Okay. So and then I have to research with a bicycle. Okay. Yeah. We have to talk with bicycle in the city. We talk about about shape and body. Design for use in all time. When he walk, when they walk, and when they ride, like this. We decided to have the authors have a use
Too
plastic
tight.
too tight, right? But now you have a design for bicycle.
More tight.
Sorry, it's a well fitting for when you ride. When you ride, it's a move, okay? Then when you walk, have a easy.
More loose.
More loose, okay. Walk like this, okay? That is simply and nice. And we talk about the uses. What do they carry? What is they looking for? And then we have process. We have process on cardboard, like this many cardboard, which we then we develop many to the more than material. Okay, and more shape. We have designed and developed them, mock up them with many material. Okay, and now we choose the material is
Waterproof fabric, 840D and 600D. And the reflection strap.
for the net, rubber. And use 840D is for waterproof.
for the bicycle handle.
Bicycle handle. Then when
And
we have a ride, we
have a
keep belt. Sorry. We keep
at the back.
belt, back in back. Okay. And you ride it. And have buffer. Give you telephone like this. Okay. And but when you not ride, you have a okay, that's okay. You have a top box like this. It's easy. Okay.
Top.
Okay. Like this. One, two.
And for the marketing purpose, marketing plan, we will deal with a bike shop. Like Asia Bike is the biggest bike shop in Thailand, to put our product on their store, and we will support their event. And for the brand developing, like we will get an advertise for in their event too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope lunch was good. I've been asked to talk for 30 minutes, so I hope I don't bore everybody too much. I just wanted to recap what we did from the first workshop and until now. So thank you everybody for coming back. The quality of the work looks amazing. You guys have done a phenomenal job, so thank you very, very much for putting in that much effort. I've got a short presentation here we'll go through, so I guess we can get started on this. The idea of, when I was talking to the Art 4D guys about what to talk about, they wanted, I guess, us to show you guys what we do, what our future is looking like, how we go about building brand value, marketing, and I guess delivering what our message is to our customers. So the number one thing about Crumpler is that we love to have fun. So everything that we do is always geared about having fun, being unique, and having interesting traveling experiences. So we try to put value in all the traveling that we do, all the commuting we're doing, and we're trying to, I guess, find interesting things in how we pursue those activities. Who are we? So Crumpler, we see ourselves as a pioneer in commuter bags and travel goods. So we started as you guys know, we started as a messenger company, a bike messenger company. So we've always been about travel and about movement and about carrying technology and items. So we like to provoke the adventure in every commute. So what that means is, if you've got to move from A to B, if you've got to travel from country to country, it's trying to find the beauty in that adventure. We're bag nerds, so we like to have fun. So everything that we do is just absolutely geared to enjoying what we do. We don't like to do anything just for the sake of it. So we'll put enjoyment and adventure in everything over money and over selling a lot of things a lot of the time. So this is Andy, who you guys met last time, wearing a bag on his head. This is all underpinned by design. So Crumpler is a design business ultimately. So we aim to design bags right, construct them well so that they know they're going to work and last. So we have a lifetime warranty on all our bags. So everything that we do, we think is this going to last for 100 years. So bags wear out, but we try to limit that as much as possible, and we put in as much effort as we possibly can to ensure that they last forever. This is just a picture of our studio, and I guess, the people that are involved in it. Tuan, who's our pattern maker, has been in the business for 10 years. So pretty much every bag that you see that Crumpler makes, Tuan is responsible for it. This is Crumpler's blog. This is how we get our message out to our fans. So we like to talk about things that we're into. So when we came up to Bangkok last time, Andy went out and spent time with Tokyo Bike. In the city, we went on a night ride. We got to experience, Bangkok commuting culture, which was a lot of fun. Today, we've released a story on Thailand's largest Star Wars nerd. So, so I think everybody, we try not to be bag and sales and promotion focused with this. We really want to bring our message of what we like to the people who are into our brand. It's a really good read. We try and deliver our brand experience through our staff also. So this is a picture of our current Australian retail staff. They're not just, I guess, single-minded sales-focused people. So they are into photography and music and art and adventure. So these guys are the front line of our business. They speak to the customers more than anybody else that anybody else that deals with anybody. So they have to know what the message is that we're trying to, I guess, educate people about. How Crumpler is going to sort of expand into the future is that we're going to have more stores than all these guys. No. We're going to, so before, after. So we really want to expand the Crumpler brand into Asia. So we're going to open a lot of stores around Asia in the coming years, and I hope you guys see a lot more of us. Now this is a really fun part of the brand at the moment. So Dave is got a huge focus on just delivering the brand message on a very sort of, I guess, regional level. So we've created a bunch of flags which showed you guys last time, and we've put them up around Melbourne, which we'll be doing more of. We've got one up in Bangkok at the moment, at the hotel we're staying at. So we're doing more of this. So we're creating other things other than bags. We're trying to get just once again the brand message out to everybody in a really unique way. There's a lot of things that we're doing in the future. So you'll see sort of like really random renegade messages coming out across cities around the world. What Art4D wanted me to talk about was what some bag trends are for the future. Now, 3D printing is, I think, a huge trend for all consumer goods, but it has a lot of value for bags because complexity in 3D is actually really easy it's free to build in. So as you can see from this, is no harder to print than an iPhone case. So you can build in a lot of complexity, whereas if you're on a sewing machine, to do something that was three-dimensional like this would be near impossible. So it makes making interesting products very, very easy and very, very cheap. And also it makes rapid prototyping really, really, really cheap. So I think what I can see in the future is a lot of design will become faster, a lot of it will become more complex, and I think a lot of it will be more individualized to regions because of that flexibility that you get from 3D printing. Inbuilt technology also. So because fossil fuels are becoming scarcer and scarcer, having an idea on how much weight, airlines are really cracking down on weight, they're cracking down on size and what you can take on board. So having an idea of how much your bag weighs, where it is, working through the system is obviously vitally important to luggage brands. Movement through cities, as you all well know, Bangkok is a very, very, it's a very compact, busy city. So I guess anything that you can carry and get around fast with inbuilt technology is a key. Also, thinking about energy. One thing that I know Thai people love is the battery for your mobile phone. In fact, I bought one, so I didn't have one until I came to Bangkok. So building in additional energy sources into products, I see as a market trend for the future, definitely. I don't think this is necessarily right, and I don't think this is the way it's going to be. I think it's too simple. The way I feel it will go is that photovoltaic cells or solar cells will be embedded into the fabric, which will make a lot more sense when you don't have to worry about putting your bag up or where it is or how durable it is. Then also fabric technology. So the way that I guess a lot of us use traditional materials still because they're the best. So cotton, leather, felt, wool is a fantastic material to use because they're so durable. They're so nice to touch. They're very tactile. But synthetic materials are catching up in a lot of areas where I guess natural materials can't. So you can get down to a nano scale in synthetics that you can't get down to in an organic material. So you can alter the molecular structure of, like a polyester or a nylon to deal with water resistance, durability, stain resistance, I guess just any of those sort of major issues that you have with bags. Also bio materials, so materials that mimic, like skin or like in terms of leather, but have that have a little bit more durability than what leather does, so it doesn't break down. Also, this cradle to cradle thinking, so having a material that you can infinitely upcycle, not have to recycle. So every time you recycle a PET bottle, the quality gets worse as you go down. So having something that you can use and not add to the waste cycle, you can just continue to work through on a recycling or upcycling basis is the way that I think the future is going to head. And then obviously eco-friendly. So the beauty of eco-materials is eventually they biodegrade, they become part of the ecosystem, so to speak, rather than a waste material. So utilizing organic materials in a manner that allows them to be durable will be something that I know that Nike is working on. A lot of large brands work on those because it's a guilt-free way of having a lot of products in the system, but without adding an excess amount of waste. Now, what the advantages of all you guys have being in Thailand, right? So, local manufacturing. In Australia, the US, Western Europe, a lot of our manufacturing has been outsourced to lower economic countries. In particular, we manufacture a lot of our stuff in China, and with that goes the skill base that with it. So even if I wanted to manufacture in Australia now, the best sewers in the world are in China. So for us, So we've exported a lot of our intellectual property in terms of what we were doing to those countries. Thailand's lucky you haven't. You can still use, you've still got amazing patent people, sewers, local manufacturing, you've got large factories. So I think, and then obviously like a lot of the brands that you guys that are here have that capability. This is something that's an advantage over what we have in Australia. You can do fast turnarounds. You can deal one-to-one with your factories on a much closer scale. This, I think, is vitally important and is a huge advantage for Thailand. Local materials. So once again, I think this is another point. So you have leather, you have a lot of leather, cotton, you have a lot of hemp, fibre, and materials that you can utilise in Thailand that we don't have, and or is cost prohibitive. I think developing those items locally means you can experiment with them a lot more. You don't have to worry about shipping them in internationally, playing with them, and then it just adds cost. The cheaper that something is, the more likely you are to experiment with it and not worry about it being, or throwing it in the bin, as Puck was saying before. I think it's important. Access to markets. Once again, being in Asia is hugely important for Thailand. You have Indonesia close by, 250 million people. You have China, 1 billion people. You have Cambodia, Laos. Like you have a huge market that's right on your doorstep that takes a week to ship to. So in America it takes 30 days. In Australia it takes 3 weeks. In Europe it takes 5 weeks. So the fact that you've got this huge growing market with a building middle class is something that you guys can absolutely take advantage of, and you should. And then independent design. One thing that surprised me about Thailand compared to other countries I've been to around the world is that your design influence is internal mainly. Korea, Japan is influenced a lot from China. China's influenced from Korea and Japan. Australia is influenced pretty heavily from Western Europe and the US, and in turn back the other way. I think Thailand has a very independent design culture. A lot of it is internal. A lot of it is very focused on what works for Thais. That's a really strong message that you guys can export to the world. I think you guys can become tastemakers for the global market rather than just servicing your own markets. And I think that that's something you should hugely focus on. You're selling Thai culture. Thai culture has a lot of, people all over the world come to Thailand to holiday. They obviously think it's good. So try and export a little bit of that to your customers. Australia, that's one thing Australia does do well. We have a laid-back culture that is very friendly and open, and we feel like, and fun. So at Crumpler we try and play on that. We're not hierarchical. We don't think we're better than anybody else, so we try and export that culture to the world. Thais are very open and friendly and amazingly honest people. So I think if you can export that to the world, people will just embrace you with open arms. So I think, they're the main sort of points that I've taken away from this. And I think thank you so much for having us here. The opportunity has been amazing for us, and we've learnt a lot. I hope you guys have learnt a little bit from us. And I'm looking forward to talking to you all this afternoon. Thanks.
First of all, I would like to thank everyone for your hard work, and all the prototypes here are all impressive, and I couldn't believe this is the work just for 4 weeks. And again, I think you guys have done a very great job, and really think it's great. Okay, I have 2 comments on the first one, Laughing Dog. Well, I think it's, as I said, I like the idea that you try to put some smaller stuff into a big one. And I'm one of your customers. I have a few Loving Dog bags at home, and I have a question that why you limited the customer to only adult and not young people. Maybe it's good to expand it a little bit, trying to expand your target customer, which I think would be, I think you could produce something very interesting maybe. And here I'm not sure if it's enough to be a bag for the future, because maybe it's functional, it's very straightforward because you have done some sort of thorough research. But I think there might be some room to improve a little bit from the outside, maybe external one. And if you ask me, I would think it's, if I were you, I would take this opportunity to push yourself a little bit, because this is a special chance that you can do something out of your comfort zone. Maybe, for example, you can do something more playful, something more colorful, or try with some other materials, which I think would be something valuable for you to explore with. Yeah, that's all for me. Thanks a lot for your product.
Yeah, I think from a production point of view, your finish is beautiful. It always is. And I think the use of materials is very, very nice. And my only comment I really have from a production point of view is just the intersection of where the two products join. I think that is just a little bit let down. Your quality of the finish is so good, and then the snap finish is kind of a little bit. Yeah, so I think that just comes with time. It's like playing around with having other options of playing around with that. Yeah, I mean, that would really be it. I mean, other than that, I think from day one, your sample quality is amazing, and the use of materials is really good. It's just those final little details that elevates that product up to that total level.
Well, I think we could look at the logo and the brand. Is there a slide that we could move to show this? I think very much the products appeal to a sophisticated woman, and I think you're obviously a very sophisticated woman yourself, and the style is very elegant and very very subtle in its use. So I think if that's your target demographic, then I think you're making a very fine job. I think it's always difficult when you're thinking about a name or how you present your brand. And to me, it's something that you should always consider and improve wherever possible. Perhaps the mature, sophisticated woman can think nicely of laughing dogs. And I think you're doing a very good job at that. But I think your logo, is there a photograph that we can look out of your logo here, or your, yeah. So I think the point I can make is that you could probably consider improving in that area. But other than that, I think your presentation is very good. The font of Laughing Dog to me is a little bit standard, I suppose. I think you could quite easily play around with that a little bit. Laughing. To me, it does. I'm not laughing when I look at that. So that's other than that. But I think the elegance is very very nice. Well done. Thank you.
I think this is really nice design, really nice production, and I think in terms of marketing, it could sell very well for the mass market. But to me, I think this is the Laughing Dog standard. Actually, I expect something further because this is kind of like experimental version. So to me, this is gonna be one of the good products in the market. But hopefully, if you can display or try to tell the story behind this product, it's gonna be gonna add more value creation for this product. So congratulations for this work. Nice.
Thank you. Your opinions, please. You feel free to just raise your hands up, and the microphone will run to you.
I have a question. Normally, Laughing Dog would have only black color, or you plan to have other color as well?
I would say 100%. But sometimes I get bored myself with black. I No, and sometimes I do. I find some good material, but there is no available in black, so I have to try to work something. But in terms of trade in business, black is kind of original. Sometimes I make two colors available because, like New Year for Thai Oriental people, they don't purchase black for happy moment. So I try to do something else. Never work. So I go back to black.
Back to black. The future is black.
Thank you. And second team, Ferrara.
Not much to say because for me, I think this is rather sort of souvenir bag rather than a kind of serious bag. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that this is good or bad, but maybe your target is obviously is for young woman, right? And I don't know, just maybe you can try some other type of textile, at least to make it a little bit more unisex, so that I can see some chance to buy it or to have it. Maybe that's all for me. I think Ken, you have a lot of things to say.
I think the guys from Ferrara there was a lot of communication back on the Facebook site. I think that was really good. What I think where you guys can improve in this area is with your finish. I think it could be a little bit better. The female audience is quite discerning. I think like it's the quality of what you produce. Even if a girl's buying a basic T-shirt, it has to be finished properly and have a lot of nice details. And I think you guys do that really well. Your colour is fantastic and the function is really good. I feel like these bags just need a little bit more structure because you're carrying heavy things like yoga mat is really heavy, so it can deform the bag and tear it down and make it look a little bit like a sack, I think. So when you're building your bag, look at using some interfacing between the lining and the outside body material. That will give you some structure. Maybe look at laminating materials to it on the inside. So I know that you guys really focus on your soft, tactile finish, which is great, and it looks really pretty and amazing, but it needs to have that sort of inherent internal structure so that when, like what it's doing now, it's dragging itself down and it's not sitting very proud. If it sits up nice and proud, then it's going to have a lot more shelf appeal. The yoga bag, I know we discussed how it was pulling. Once again, it's with bag making, a lot of it is hidden structure. So it's such an art between apparel and footwear. It skirts the line. Where footwear is very structured because you need the support, and apparel is very unstructured because you want it to flow. Bags kind of sit in this middle world, and I think you need to hide a lot of that structure so it looks soft and it looks and feels tactile, but you've got to add it so that it doesn't just drag down the moment you put something inside of it. So just work on that. Work on the different materials that you use inside, not external. I'm happy with the materials that you use outside. I think they're nice, and I think your linings are very soft. But I think you just need to give it that body that can give it a bit more shape. That's all. Other than that, I think they're great.
Yeah, we think this is a nice idea. Definitely it's obviously that you're very keen to maintain your sense of femininity in the style, and I mean, that's very clear in the choice of print. But I think as well you should, like Monton was saying, perhaps look at the beyond, try to get out of the souvenir thing a little bit. I think could be worth exploring. but I know that's definitely an important part of your business now. So it's always a tricky thing. Yoga, I think, is it's a booming business, and I think there are not so many really good yoga bags out there. I think you could even expand this into. I noticed in one of your slides, some previous examples were a nice strap that other people were using. I think you could make a nice little range, even incorporating a small, something even simpler for people that are just keen to carry the mat. But I think definitely your customer would like this. I think it's an easy product to sell in your existing channels. So I suppose just to make the decision, do you want to sort of push beyond that and perhaps considering some new print styles which take you outside of the sort of preconceived perception, the perception of souvenir. It would be worth looking at. But I think everyone seems to really like this particular style specifically. Very convenient, very handy. So congratulations, I think. Yeah, very, very nice.
I think yoga market is expanding, so it's going to be a bigger market in the future. However, I think to me you can add some more pattern or more graphic design, because this is too feminine for me. Even though the ladies, they have different styles, so maybe you may want to add some masculine side, or even something more neutral to expand the market with this collection. And the scope of collection can be changed to a more variety of product as well. So I look forward to see these things on the market.
Just some comment of my own product. I'm really happy with the first one, the matte bag, because the shape is nice and the size is not too big, and also have a pocket to carry stuff. But the second one, the tote bag, is as you comment. The shape is not keep the shape like what I want. The pattern is when we draw on paper and when we make the mock-up, is harder than the fabric.
Yeah.
And we made it a couple times, and also the lining is very important. It really depends on the material we choose. And this time we thought that we choose stronger, but in fact when we make it, it's softer. So we just wondering why, but with the limited of time, and we try to figure out that maybe we should add foam cheese to make the shape like more stable. And yeah, I think it's a good start to have like 3 or 4 weeks workshop.
Yeah.
And we know what happened and we know what to do next. Thank you.
I just want to say that Ken like your products and the way you work for your brand very much. I think that would be helpful for your further work, and congratulations on that. And I would like to elaborate a little bit on what I said in the beginning. And it's when I said something about the feminine stuff, I think it's a little bit extreme to me. If you look at what Crumpler did, because I think just for the past few years that they expand a little bit to some other like woman bags or ladies bag. And if you notice, if you look at the pattern or the graphic that they put on the bag, it's obviously it's for women, but it is not too extreme. I don't know. I'm not saying that you have to do something like that, but this is just an idea for you to think about.
I suppose the situation is with this this brand. It's very much for the woman, isn't it? So when you say make for the man, it doesn't really work in that environment. I can't see men going to your shop. So do you have male customers coming regularly? Or?
Yeah, they come with their girlfriend.
But to buy for themselves?
Yeah, we also think not buy for themselves, but maybe buy for their mom. Or by the way, we had discussion about this before because they come together when the customer come to the shop. That's a chance to sell things, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though they just sit, but if they see something really nice, of course that the guy would like to buy it, I think. And with this new product line, which we focusing on sport bag, if we have more time, we plan to have because our name brand is Ferreira, right? We will have a new logo like FRR, with shorter and maybe more active.
A bit more sporty, yeah.
Yeah, to
And I
have.
think having that single focus for, you know your market, you know it's the woman, you know it's that they like the style. I think there is merit in pursuing that. So being all things to everyone is sometimes very distracting. And we found it very challenging with Crumpler ourselves to move into making products for women. It is difficult to make a leap, a big jump, lots of resources and different focus. So I think having that single vision can be very good, and it keeps you really on track to understand your market, understand your customer, and to really push that. But I think there's definitely, in saying that, I think we're all in agreement here that we're sick of the flowers.
Thank you.
Okay.
Product and production point of view, the quality and finish of your sample is unrivaled. I think it's one of the best in this group for sure. You could take this bag and put it in any shelf on any retailer in the world. I think it's mine. So yeah, from a sample point of view, you guys have produced an amazing sample. So well done. I think it's great. I was saying to everybody here when we were at lunch that I generally don't like multi-use bags. I'm not a huge fan, and I said that to everybody when I was talking during the workshop, because I feel like you have to sacrifice something every time you do a multi-use bag. You sacrifice a little bit of function or a little bit of form or a little bit of design. Where the multi-use bag that you've designed here is one of the better ones I've seen. When you roll the top, the handles don't hang below the line of the bag. The small handles are very usable. The shoulder strap is not in the way. So I think you guys have really set about that challenge and you've resolved it in a really nice way. I personally don't have any comments that I think could probably improve these bags. Maybe the only thing I would look at would be the lining material. It seems a little bit light, a little bit lightweight, and the external fabric is holding it up and it's beautiful, and the leather, and it all supports the external, but then when you open up the inside, all the pockets seem to be caving in on themselves a little bit, and there's not the same structure. It's a bit too soft for this hard external fabric. So that would be the only thing I think. Just explore that internal material. Make sure your internal pockets are sharp and finished as the outside. And other than that, I think it's extremely, extremely well done. So good job, guys.
Yes. scale. I think there's some details in the two prototypes that I think it's well thought. So congratulations on these good points. I just have some small question like why do you like to put the label in such a very outstanding position of the bag? I don't know. Or you want to show the brand or? Yes, of course, okay. And to me, I think it's a little bit disturbing because it's so, I don't know, it's so obvious. And I would rather see it somewhere else. That is very personal. I'm sorry. And yeah, again, I would say the colors here very nice, and I like that. And yeah, I would consider buying one if it's available in the market. Thanks.
Yeah, I think we all agree this is a very, very nicely finished product. Purely from a sales and marketing perspective, I have concerns around the sort of slightly heritage look that you have here. And I think this trend in bag designs is perhaps something to very much consider. We've seen a lot of bags released over the last 3 or 4 years that have this sort of heritage style. And my slight concern is perhaps that it is a trend, and it's something that you have to take into account. Definitely the use of colour and I love the yellow, the little pop. Personally, I also think that perhaps there are too many handles going on, and I like something personally very simple, and to have I'm usually always a little bit confused in all life, so to look at which handle do I grab can be a bit confusing for me. And I know there's definitely a design reason you need this situation, but that would be perhaps my slight concern. But the finish is beautiful, and the colours, you've got a really nice sense of colour. And obviously to have function is one thing, but everyone agrees that a product must look good too. I think this is the most important thing. Initially, you must be attracted to something by its look, and then secondary, you look at the function. So congratulations on that. It's really nice. But I think just reiterating, perhaps I know canvas is very much your brand, and it's all about the canvas. But I think again, there is very much a trend, especially in sportswear, to use very advanced synthetic materials. And I think these styles could translate very well using more high-tech fabrics. And I think you could use the same silhouettes, the same colours, a lot of the same function. But it would take you a little bit out of the heritage style and give you something really special. That's my comment.
Well, I agree with everyone that this is one of the best production and also very good design. To me, I feel that these bags can compete with every brand in the world in terms of design and production. The thing is, you still lack of the brand power. So people might find very nice. This is very nice bag, but your label quite annoying for them. They just want the bag without your label. So to me, I think you have to work harder for building the brand. Make people notice that Tata is one of the best in the world. maybe you need another extreme design that expose your brand very explicit or something that to tell the world that this is ta. So that design might not be sell very well in the market, but this one you getting higher.
What does ta mean? What is the
name of someone?
It's a Bali language. It is mean like a
suchness.
Everything is real and the natural is real and it will change by time or something like that.
Law
So
of
we
nature.
use, yeah, so we use
Buddhist philosophy. Okay.
the little inner part of our work.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
I'll go first.
Okay, good.
Yeah. What is it? Okay, cool. Your quality is amazing, so it's great. So I think everybody in the room came over and looked at your bag first. The leather is the vegetable tan leather is the color is outstanding. I guess my issue from a production point of view is your function. I think with this, this is a very distinctive heritage look that you guys have really, is handcrafted. This bag could have been made 200 years ago and nobody really would have known. It's that old, which is not a bad thing. It's those old techniques. They're very good and they will last forever, and the quality in them is amazing. I guess just there's so much. I guess in the market now where functionality is important. So especially with technology, you've got to be able to access things quickly and movement. So that's, I guess, my only comment is like how bringing in a little bit of functionality with those old techniques that you guys are using, which are very beautiful and they have a lot of heritage, and I think, and they never really go out of style. But it's being able to open the bag, get your train, pass out, move quickly, get your iPad out, get to work. That's the one thing that I would look at. But your use of materials is amazing. Your leather supplier is obviously very good. And I would work closely with them. And I think where you can expand is maybe using patent leathers, and so you can bring a bit of colour, work on the surface coating, work with your supplier on surface coating and surface finish, different coloured buckles and that sort of thing to really elevate your product to another level. But other than that, it's amazing.
Thanks, Ken. May I ask if the leather is a local one or an imported one? The leather that you use, is this a real leather? And so the price of the bag should be rather expensive. Okay, just ask. Don't worry. I mean, just curious. And I might have a question for you, like what do you like and what do you don't like with the bag, especially the big one? Do you like it?
Yes, we love it.
Okay, you love it. What do you don't like in that prototype?
I think tote bag is large for me, for the women, and then if for men it's okay, but for the women it's quite
Too big?
Yeah.
Okay.
For me. And hard to pick stuff from outside.
Because this is cycling, you've focused on cycling and movement with this bag. If rain gets on this leather, will the surface finish be damaged? It's treated. It has like a polyurethane finish. Okay, like a polish. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was my only thought.
Okay, I like the smaller one, the one that you design for bike. It's simple and straightforward and it's cute, and I think it goes very well with the leather. But for the big one, just down a little bit, I feel like it's a serious version of the ta 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 one. I mean the approach is quite similar for me, but this is a little bit more serious. Perhaps it's because of the material that you use, but the style and the direction is pretty the same. So yeah, both are good for me. Thanks.
Yeah, I noticed when you were doing the demonstration that there was a lot of time to fiddly with the straps. Lots of different configurations again can be a little bit confusing for me. So to have easier, I know part of the function is to have the multi-use, but again, seriously looking at how you use those straps is very important. And I think the smaller one's very nice. But I'm concerned when you mount on the bicycle, how would it slide up and down? Or how does it stay firm on the crossbar? I'm not sure whether it would be a little bit annoying always moving up and down. I mean, again, the finish is nice. I think it fits perfectly within your brand. I mean, you're doing high quality leather goods, so this would fit nicely into your product range. I would just again consider try not to be everything to everyone. I think a little more simplicity can help.
I think with like what Dave was saying, just reiterating what Dave was just saying, that with multi-use bags, the reason why we don't like them so much is that if you have a bag that does one thing and does it very well, then your customer will look at that and go, oh, it's a tote and it operates like a tote, and I understand that. And then when I want a backpack, I'll come to you for a backpack that works equally well, rather than a tote and a backpack that doesn't work well either side. So I guess that's the only reason. Saying that, if you can absolutely get it 100% right so that there's no functionality issue by doing both, do it. But I find it very difficult most of the time to get the bags to do both things extremely well. So you can expand your range, you can have more options at the same price point, and sell more bags ultimately.
Also, from a marketing point of view, it's much easier to say a simple message, to say this is a tote bag, or this is a messenger bag, or this is a bicycle bag. When you're having to explain all the different functions, sometimes customers can be confused, or they lose interest very fast because it's too much to consider. So sticking to one simple idea, I think, can help your sales.
I think that's a big challenge maybe for you in the near future, because if you decide to go this direction, you're going to meet a lot of players in the market, and all the big players, some fake, most of them are fake players, so you must do something different from the fake people and move yourself up to the next level. So the next level of the later buyers are about sophisticated quality. For example, I just met MS people last week. So they came to Thailand to explore some traditional technique to improve their product. So we live in Thailand, so we are lucky enough to explore some more craftsmanship. And of course, you can select materials around the world. And the game is about the quality of the production, the craftsmanship, and the new technology to improve material in the market. So hope you can join that level. Good luck.
Element that you can add into your products to make your brand different from other, I would say, because if you put your bags together with other bags in the markets, maybe it's really difficult, at least for me, to identify which is the product from with me, and it might look rather similar to others for me. What do you think? Okay, thanks. Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks.
I think I know when we spoke at the workshop a month ago, we had a really good conversation about your products, because they were very, very feminine in your idea of creating a unisex product, and I liked that you set yourself that challenge, and I was concerned with how that you would use the material that you use and get it across a unisex bag, but I think you've done it, and well done. Like, I think you deserve a lot of credit for making a very nice bag out of a very unique material. I think from a construction point of view, there's a few areas of your pattern where I think you need to make sure that plastic material doesn't touch hard wearing surfaces. So in particular on the bag with the blue diagnosed zip, the plastic is at the bottom of the bag, and I'm worried that if you sit it on the ground, it will wear through and create damage, and it will not be very durable. So that's my sort of main concern with that. I think other than that, all the finishing is very, very nice. Obviously, it's quite professional. I think you need to talk about the material a little bit more. In your presentation, you really didn't address the material a lot and what the benefits are of it and why you use it. And I think that, to me, is a strong selling point. If you're going to use it on all your bags, people need to know immediately why it's there, and then play up to it, market to that. But other than that, I think you've shown a lot of independent design, thought. It's the bags are very well made, and well done. I think you've done a fantastic job.
Yeah, also I agree with Ken. I think you explained very little about the material that you use, and I would really want to hear more, because it would be very interesting if you can work with this material and make it make it into some sort of nice bags. I would say it's very challenging. This material, it's cheap, isn't it?
It's not that cheap.
It's not that cheap?
Yeah, but my father made this one.
Yes.
But normally, as you see, you have to use a plastic bead, and normally another factory put a recycled bead to reduce the cost.
Oh.
But my father didn't use the recycled bead because the export quality, so it's quite strong. It's different, and you see it's the same, but it lasts long and it's not broke. Yeah, because then you can stitch like this. Because if it's not strong enough, you cannot do like this.
Okay, so you said, sorry. You say this plastic material is quite durable, isn't it?
ค่ะคือเพราะมัน it's the same as a fabric also ค่ะก็คือ long last
correct me if I'm wrong, but what you're saying, when you use a recycled polymer like this, like a PE or PET, every time you recycle it, you break down the bonds, the molecular bond in the material. So the fact that Father's using virgin material, the molecular bond is not broken, so therefore the quality is better. So that's what she's saying.
It's complicated, isn't it? Okay, then I would say it's really challenging for you to maybe give some sort of thoughts to make design out of it. If you think this material is really interesting for you and you really want to explore this because it's different from other material and other kind of bags in the market, I would say at this point, these two prototypes, the use of this plastic material seems a little bit decorative for me. It's not the. I would say I would like to see you try more with this material in terms of structure, or maybe you can. I think if at base you can try to make it without any other material, that would be perfect for me. But I think it would be very challenging. It might be not easy, as I said, because it's always easy to say this. But I think if you can make it, then it would be something very different. Because I don't see this material. I've never seen this material used with bag before. Maybe someone else would, but for me this is the first time. So, for example, if you can use this material as a major part and make it perhaps the whole bag, then it would be very interesting, I would say. Thanks.
From a marketing perspective, I think as a male consumer, buying bags, I think I would be challenged to think about the name. Personally, I'm not a daddy's girl, so I think straight away you have a problem. You're only really appealing to women if people are using the brand. And daughters, yeah. So I think if like the example here of it looks like a man wearing the bag. So that's just one small thing. The name I think is a difficult one for me. Talking about what we were saying before, the use of that material is very unique. And it definitely has individual appeal. And I really like the way that you've done that diagonal zip on the blue and grey bag there. It's quite special. The black bag, I think, again, was perhaps there were too many things going on again. It was trying to be everything for everybody. So I think that would be challenging. And from a marketing perspective, it's always very difficult to explain so many different uses. How it's a back. Was this right? This was a backpack, tote bag, messenger bag, carry bag, everything. So a little bit confusing for me. So, but it's definitely that the quality is nice, and that I think playing on that unique material, I think, is something that you should pursue more and more. And perhaps considering if you're looking to appeal to men and women, perhaps considering maybe your men's line is Daddy's boy. I don't know. But I think it's difficult with the name.
Daddy's girl boyfriend. I pretty like this collection. Maybe I expect to see some more because to me this is fashion business. So whatever that can excite me, that's fashion. So I don't expect everyone will like these goods. however, there will be appeal to some certain audience, and you have to keep expanding. You have to find your own market and keep them, make them feel very good and feel loyal to your products. So to me, I really love this one, and I like your taste, and you have some sense of design that can develop to be some further or bigger next thing. The material skill and the production line is quite nice to me. Again, I don't think everyone will like, but I like it. Thank you.
Very meaningful produce just a girl for the women, but this is the first time that I realized I want to make a for men. That I told you I want to earn more money for another target. So this is the first time I try to make men bags, and then maybe if it's good enough, so I will have another life for that is for
I think, yeah, and I think you've achieved that. Definitely, they're far more unisex than what you were doing originally, and that's great. And I think playing around with not just use of material, but playing around with the trim, detail, and finish as well. Men like things that feel strong and well put together and crafted. So I think if you're adding zip details and handle connection details that are very strong and structured, you'll attract a male audience that way as well. But yeah, I think this is a good initial first step. As Dave was saying before, making that leap from women to men is quite a huge leap. You've kind of made a step, and then if you keep on building on that, but also not forgetting your women's line, obviously. But I think it's great. You've done a good job. I commend you for it. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Talk up which one that you meant to do for men. The black one? Both? Really?
At first, normally I use just gold accessory. So this time I try to keep it simple and keep the daddy's girl signature, but change a lip detail that can change the whole look. I don't know if men will love. I don't know.
If you ask me, I would say the black one is pretty close, but the blue one seems to be still quite far for men. For me, maybe you have to check yourself with others, the time or whoever.
Yeah, I like the blue one. I think the blue one's good.
In my point of view, it's like your material is like splotting. It's like flawless material, but you can make it look quite full. And I don't think it's suit for men. Like men don't wear like jewelry or something, and your bag is that kind of fashion product for ladies. So if you focus more for lady products, or you develop your details like sewing details or something, I think it might be good. Or you can done some jewelry for your technique.
ค่ะหม่อมหลานค่ะ เชิญผอค่ะโหรอนานมากเลยค่ะรอเมื่อไหร่ผอจะยกมือ ด้วยความยินดีอย่างยิ่ง
Your dad?
I like the black. I believe that I think there's room for menswear fashion. I'd like to see a lot more exploration in terms of form. I think that's one form for men, for the male market, but also there are other forms I think that will appeal fashionably for men as well. So maybe a business look
I agree, and I think in different markets also, like I think Thai masculine culture is quite strong, and I think Australian masculine culture is also very strong. But if you go to countries like Japan and Korea and mainland China, Singapore, there's a lot of crossover between. You see Japanese guys carrying Prada handbags that are clearly marketed towards women, and I think that's a huge market that I know that we're looking into as well. And I think this definitely the black bag, and I personally like the blue and the grey colourway. I think that there is that openness to that bag. There's the glam guy, you know, it's a huge market. I think that's not necessarily a big thing for me.
And now
There's a lot of paper making in Thailand, you know, so I think that's an advantage that you guys have. You have a strong paper making culture, obviously. So yeah, definitely explore that. And I think it's exciting using new materials and seeing what the limitations of what they can do are. You know, doing stuff out of fabric and leather and stuff can become boring for the market, to be honest. So I think doing something different is good.
One idea as well I was thinking about paper was that you could even provide this clear or white and attach some coloured pencils or and encouraging for people to even do their own pattern or design. I think paper, always you think you know, colouring, children, fun, and I think there's a very strong marketing potential to have some, we call them texters, or felt tip pens that you that is coming with the clear version as a fun idea.
Yes.
You, talking to the guys from ours from the very start, I know that they were focusing very heavily on finish and quality and having that finishing quality equal to the customer that's probably going to purchase the product, which I think you've achieved. I know we've spoken on the Facebook side about making the fabric seem a little bit more expensive because it's a recycled material. So doing surface finishing and coatings on the fabric could possibly be something you guys could expand into the future. I love I think the designs are great. The only thing I think about the drawstring bag that you could work on is just how that small pouch is attached to the front. It feels a little bit, it's not very secure. Because the cotton is quite lightweight, it could wear quickly. So just maybe making it feel, the design of it feel a little bit more integrated, I think would be something you could work on. Yeah, other than that, I think like the colour and the print is amazing. I really admire what you guys are doing from a charitable program. I think it's great, and it should be encouraged absolutely more of. So you've got nothing but a fan from me about this. So.
And I think talking about the story is such a big part of your process, and your whole presentation was about the reason behind this and the charitable nature of the program. And I think you have a really big opportunity to tell this story much more than you do. Perhaps is each bag designed by a particular person, or you know, I mean, you have as a way to give your designers some real credibility and some good feeling. I think you can really bring their personality out, or even perhaps a small profile, which I'm seeing right now. You already have, right? Perfect.
Let's communicate.
Yeah, so it's, yeah, perfect. So having the profile of the person, I think, is fantastic on the tag. So well done for that. I think that's part of the rehabilitation process for your artist, is that they're given some real self-esteem, and to know that people that are buying this product, reading about them and understanding more about the process, I think would be very helpful. I think perhaps as well having some English. If a lot of the customers perhaps could be tourists, so explaining that, and perhaps even adding. I'm sure you're doing it. Adding a website where people that are interested in this story can become even more involved and look at the progress and feel much more connected to the individual. So I think it's there's a lot of potential with this idea from a marketing point of view. It's really nice.
First of all, I really appreciate your effort, not only you, all the team. And I feel very happy when your presentation, when you said before and after, and the solution that you find from this workshop is finding the soul. That's very important for me, and I see a big change, not just logo, but the way you interpret the painting into some kind of particular signature, and you make a big change from just a craft to something more than craft, something very meaningful. The next thing is, because the most important thing in this project is the process and all the participants. So what you need to do urgently is to tell this thing to the world as wide as possible, connect to the global people. Just like a girl who requests a net from people around the world to donate one net for the African. So this is something that touches people's heart. So that means very big market waiting for you. Hopefully you will be successful in the future.
First of all, I would say I'm very impressed with what you are doing with the community down south in Pattani, and it's very touching. And I really admire what you guys working on there. And please let me know if I can be of any help anytime.
Funding.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Just say okay.
I think it's possible. Whatever. Maybe I'll talk to them as well.
I already asked them.
Okay. Mong Nuong Patan Phong is here? No.
No. He's gone. He knows.
Yeah, we can talk, of course. Back to the bags. And I like the blue one, but when you present all the bags, I think what is really outstanding is the textile. Maybe because you are a textile designer and that is your strength. I think all the bags that you show have very beautiful textile and very beautiful graphic, naturally, and yes. And I might say one thing, for example, with that blue polka dot, maybe you can expand it a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, because I see some kind of playful stuff in there. If you make it bigger and you attach smaller bags, then you can let people have some sort of interaction with that. Maybe they want to buy a little bit more and put it here and there and make it a little bit more playful. And again, I would say this is not an ordinary bag. It's an art project, and you have to tell the whole story to your customer and to your audience. And maybe it's maybe not just even an art product, it's a spiritual product if you can push it further, and that would be really interesting. Thanks.
I think like obviously what Dave was saying before as well, I think utilizing like social media is a global thing. So utilizing social media to get your message out there to everybody who touches this program and encourage people to do that. I think, by using hashtags and whatever is important. Also, like with what we're saying about the label before and having multi-languages, if you have more than Thai and English and maybe Japanese and French, and kind of like look at the tourists that come to Thailand and focus on them so that they take it home. But, I mean, another out-of-the-box idea could be that people can come and holiday and volunteer at your organisation. That's another thing that people can do. So, I mean, there's so many opportunities. The program has a lot of spirit, and I think it's great. So, yeah, it's great.
I think as well, promoting the fact that the proceeds or profits are helping the centre is very, very useful. Well done.
Thank you so much. I also have a question, it's a practical question.
I guess what Cozy Cottage to me is form over function every step of the way. So I think you guys go for a very structural, expressive look in your design, which you definitely achieve. I think with your background being in illustration, what I would like to see from a production point of view is using different printing techniques, like use different methods of dye sublimation, plastisol printing, use metallic prints, like try and bring out your design through different printing techniques, and that can enable you to have very similar designs but treated differently, and they all work very differently. So dye sublimated obviously has a flatter finish and looks like fabric versus something that's sitting on top of the surface that becomes textural. Also, I guess what you could think about as you grow and become a larger brand is yarn dye. So using the weave to achieve your pattern and your finish, so that it becomes more of a quality finish. Yarn dyes are expensive. They look like better quality than printed materials, so I think that's something you could explore definitely. Also, expanding your trims palette, so get to know your supplier, or try and develop quite a large library of suppliers that you can work with to give you new buckles and trims and aglets and details. Like if you look at brands like Nike and Adidas, they're doing primarily a lot of the same stuff, but their finishing is what elevates them. So they might have a shoelace finish detail that looks very nice, like it might be a rubber detail or a metallic detail. And I think you can definitely do that with your brand. You can highlight areas that you want to focus on. Your finish is great. I think your design is really good as well, and you think about your customer quite a lot, which is, I think the focus is good. But yeah, I think just expand your materials palette, work with your suppliers to give you good quality stuff, really.
Yeah, there was some two really nice features to me that stood out with an adjustable shoulder or straps that went all the way through. It's quite unique, I think. And also to flip to the other side for the colour. Two very, very simple ideas, but I think perhaps the strap thing could be developed a little bit further. Quite nice, those ideas.
Actually, I enjoy your presentation very much, so I get everything. However, this is all about you. So everything is you. So your customer also people who are the same as you, or people who
very hard to find.
This is all about obsession. So to me, I feel very happy to, if I have a chance to do something that I feel happy like this. So congratulations that you are decide to be you. So keep being you. Hopefully you find some other you more and more in the future.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's very personal, as Pratan said. So I really have nothing to say, but I admire that the graphic on the bags look really nice, and maybe if you have background being an illustrator yourself, you're an illustrator. Oh, your partner. Okay, I think it's your strength. I mean, it's your advantage to explore more on the graphic, on the textile. I think there's still some room to explore, and yes, the ramen looks really fascinating. But it's sort of, maybe it's a kind of feminine fashion thing to me. So you might want to explore it or push it further a little bit as you like, or if you have any chance in the future, you might want to see if there is any chance to do something else out of this direction. Thanks.
I guess further to what Moncom was saying is that there's a lot of scope for you guys to be very creative in this field. You can, because function is not necessarily the main focus of what you guys do, you could make things very sculptural and expressive, which is cool. It's good fun, and I think collaborations with other illustrators will expand your business as well. So if you collaborate with an illustrator that has their own fan base that meshes with yours, you can double your exposure very, very easily like that. So I think, yeah, work with like-minded people on, making beautiful sculptural products. I think it's quite a good way to go.
Okay, all done. You have any question?
We just think about because of this prototype need more time, because the printing method that we use is just like print on demand, so the durability is not so good. But we produce the real bag with another method, and the quality is better, much better than this. Also, the way we sew our stitching is so rushed. I'm so sorry for that.
I think because it's a prototype, that's not a big deal. I think what we were saying coming into this event is the finish of it doesn't have to be amazing. It's the thought. If you have an amazing, unique idea of what you're going to do, it doesn't matter if the prototype's not great. And I think don't worry so much about that. It's the idea. And as Dave said, you had unique ways of working with the straps and changing the color, so that excuses everything else that you do, because those two ideas are very good.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all. And the next one, Forest Storm.
Items play against each other. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, it's great first try, and yeah, I think Keep It Up, your idea is really sound. It just needs to be explored from a construction point of view to make sure that it's really working. Yeah.
I think also you have to be very conscious when you're working in, especially pairing products with technology, and especially Apple, that be mindful of the fact that they will update their products and change the sizes very regularly. So if you can incorporate into your designs some slight flexibility. So if suddenly everyone's buying the new version, you're suddenly not left with obsolete product. We've had quite a lot of experience in this area, and it can be very frustrating. When suddenly it's all changed and no one's buying that one anymore. So suddenly you have 1,000 pieces of useless product. So you've just got to be very conscious of that and trying to, it's quite challenging actually trying to produce a product that is very much reliant on the iPad in your case. So how will you react when suddenly the new iPad is 3 inches bigger, or suddenly it's 2 centimeters smaller? Is it still going to work in your equipment? The other notes I had was around the wood. I think I'm not sure about the wood. So I think it's sort of it clashes a little bit with the you're in one sense you're looking really much at a high-tech situation, and suddenly there's this wood. To me, it's slightly jarring. Sorry? Yeah. And the other point, I suppose, is this bag big enough to carry everything you need? Or will the customer eventually want to put this inside a different bag? So, are they going to carry this as their only product when they go out on the train or the public transport? Or will they eventually carry this in a different bag as well? But I think as well you could expand the product line to include perhaps some sleeves as well. I think the beauty of technology and iPads is people do like to look at them and play with them and use them individually. So if there was a way that you could somehow use the product in a more slimline fashion, or have an extension to this product line, which is much more slimline, I think could be a nice addition to the range. But it's very futuristic, and I think it certainly fits the brief very well. So especially for your first try at making a bag, it's very impressive. So well done.
First of all, I would like to say, wow, this is cool. And even though it's not perfect to me, but I really admire your try, your braveness, of course, lots of other experiments happen along the way, but this is what we're looking for. We have to go further. This is back to the future. So you think about future, not just repeat the past. So I accept that I don't like the materials and the form, but to me it's very high potential to you, and I don't think iPad will be obsolete very soon. It's gonna stay for a while, maybe next month. So don't worry much. Keep trying, and thank you for showing me your cleverness. Thank you very much.
Talking about material, I understand that you try to make some sort of connection with your watch. Is it true? Is that the same material as the one that you use for the strap for watch?
This is wood, this is a different kind of wood.
Okay. So why you select to use PU? Is that a PU?
It's like our target customer, like look more friendly. Yeah, but we our style like make it the most minimal as possible. So we like the customer to touch the texture of the PU. But our brand identity is more like having natural material into the product. So that's why the stick is made of wood.
Okay, that's good. But if you ask me, maybe it's the external look is should have been more a little bit fashionable. Simplicity is good, of course. I like simplicity. I think everyone likes simplicity, but sometimes I think maybe in this case, if you ask me, if you don't want to change anything outside, maybe the material would have been something a little bit more, I don't know, attractive to me. For example, the black one, I think it's too simple, it's too straightforward. To me, it's almost like a kind of technician bag, and it's I don't think you don't really want to make it that way. You want it to be a little bit more fashionable, a little bit more interesting for the customer, not the technician to put, to pay for this price to use like a purely functional thing. So that is just my comment. Maybe I think if you don't want to change anything, maybe you can try other materials, or if you want to use PU, perhaps you can add a little bit more or something else. I don't know. Just my thoughts. Thanks. But I think overall, I think it's really real. It looked like it's already, available somewhere, the big department store. Thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you. I think further to what Mongkong was saying, I think with some way to get some interest in your material is look at brands like Muji, who have no branding, no detail really at all in their products, but they use interesting texture and shine and finish to give their product a little bit more depth. Like you're trying to build a little bit more depth into it rather than what you just see on the surface. Also, an iPad is a high-tech item, but it is made out of natural things like glass, metal, so maybe wood is a little bit jarring because but maybe stone or glass or something that feels a little bit more hard and I guess high-tech, natural high-tech, that sounds good, I know. But like a little bit more sort of like harder edge than soft wood, you know what I mean? Even though it's teak, and teak is nice, but just trying to sort of pair those two materials up a little bit nicer. That's all.
At the first one, we plan to make a move for the first edition, and the second edition we plan to make a bag without any function of iPad. But at the first bag, we challenge ourselves to make with an iPad.
Great.
Maybe the next edition will be stone, and maybe we will think to develop our bag to be a fabric or something to make it combination with our nature material to be better. Thank you so much.
In fact, I personally like fabric bag more than the liter. But I'm afraid that our brand identity is not suitable for the public. That's why I choose liter.
I know your watch is like the watch has a PU band.
No,
right?
the watch
Is
is
it real?
leather.
Oh, it's leather. Okay, so I think instead of maybe mimicking leather by going for PU, because PU is very hard to get that feeling really right, because it can look very cheap. It can look cheap, and you don't want that. Explore. There are a lot of different kinds of nylons and polyesters that have a really sharp, very expensive look. Longchamp, their basic tote, is just made out of a very high tenacity nylon material. Looks like silk, and it has a lot of surface shine. So you can play around with it, and it looks expensive, and it'll match up with your watch, but you won't have to sacrifice on quality as much.
Thank you. Explore.
Actually, I'm a fan of high-tech compartmental bags, and just giving a comment on as a consumer perspective. What I look for when I look for these sort of types of bags is not just the shape of the bag, but also the fittings, the proportions, even the straps. If the strap is a little bit too thin, then it looks a little bit cheap. So maybe you can explore the way how the proportion of the strap make it a little bit wider, or even just the zipper heads. I see you made the zipper heads into wood. Maybe explore like veneers, because these are like your bag's multi-layered bag. Maybe you use veneered wood to just show the layering of the bags. Those sort of things. That's what we look for. Even the zippers, the size of the zip as well. When you look for a high-tech bag, maybe the zipper's a little bit too big. So look at the sizing of the fittings as well. I think it also has to look quite expensive too. Maybe I don't know how much you're gonna price it at, but these sort of things have to look like quite expensive, like quite valuable bags. So the fittings, go a long way to making them look more valuable. Even the color of the zippers and the joints as well. So, but I like it.
Thank you.
Any comment?
I think the samples are very beautifully made. They're obviously made to a production quality standard. So I don't think I can really comment on saying anything to really improve the sample quality too much, to be honest. I think it'll come down to materials choice more than anything, I think, with these bags. Cyclists are really focused on quality, weather resistance. When people cycle, their bikes break down and they don't like it, and they don't want anything else to have that issue. So quality material and quality finish is paramount, I think, to these bags. I think the form of them is really nice. The size of them, I think, is really nice. The reflective material, be careful with the quality of the reflective material, because if it's cheap, it wears very, very quickly. I think also just make sure that you test your weather resistance as well. So it's more sort of ensuring that your quality is up to a standard that's acceptable to you and your customer. Because you can go to a really high standard, but the bag will become really expensive, and then you can sort of find your level which will be acceptable to your customer. But I think for a sample, they're great. The finish of them is fantastic, and yeah, good job.
I think as well you could probably add an additional size to a collection like this. I think if you want to carry all the tech gear that everyone's taking around these days, I think there's definitely some room for something slightly bigger as well. So other than that, it's pretty hard to follow. Very well done.
Again, this is very nice design, especially the function, which is lots of detail that you already shown to us. I'd like to add some more about the marketing plan. When you said that you're gonna show or you're gonna sell at the bike shop around the city, right? And I think there's some stuff like this already there. So it's about how to make your brand outstanding from other products in the bike shop. So especially I think you need to link with some big event about the bicycle. Maybe you better have your own bicycle tour, lots of activities, lots of something that related to the cyclist society, and maybe you have some brand ambassador or brand cyclist, maybe a team would be helpful. So congratulations and carry on.
Carry on or carry on. Okay. Well, I would say this is a very professional production for the prototypes. Congratulations, and you've done a great job on this. in terms of design, I would say, yeah, as Pradhan said, it's really difficult to identify or to talk about the personality or identity of your product. Maybe you have to think about it a little bit because, of course, I mean, all of us, no one wants to produce the same products as others that already available in the market. So I think you have to work hard on this point. And maybe I saw in your presentation you have made a lot of research, but I would like to challenge you to find more inspiration from somewhere else, maybe from yourself or whatever that you think could make your design different or make your design better, rather than bringing all the information that you've got from the research and then interpret it or execute it into your design. I think there may be something else and not maybe something else. There have to be something else.
Okay.
Thanks.
You have any? No? So we done for this team? Okay, good. And before we start this session, we have some book,ไหมคะ? Okay, ค่ะ.
So on the behalf of some of us, that will be for us saying thank you to you. So I'm just the first one, and I would like to say thank you from all of us for showing us the level and the quality of work that Crumpler has, and it has inspired us. By not saying very much, but you are showing who you are and how you produce and develop your work and what's behind the thought of the brand, and that drives us to make our product better. So thank you so much for your time and dedication. Thank you, ขอบคุณค่ะ
Who's the next?
So this is the last day. Yeah, I think we all agree that we appreciate this workshop, and it's a really great chance to take the opportunity to develop our brand, our product with professionals like you guys. And with limited of time, it's really pushed us to work harder and harder, and seem to be like double work for us, but it's really, I think it's really useful.
Oh, we should have part 2.
And also thank us for the staff. You know, your call like really burned us. It's scary. Every time that the phones ring, I feel like I need to upload something on Facebook. So thank you all, you guys.
Thank you.
A good opportunity. It's a really short time, but we are growing up really fast, and we saw the big picture of the industry and what way we should go and moving on. Thank you very much. And we would like to thank you, the R4D team as well. This group is has much potential to grow up together, and thank you.
Thank you. And not the end, because we have something for you too. We show the line to Dad and Buchan. This is the way how we show the respect and thank you to the coach or to the teachers. น้องๆที่เหลือเชิญเลยค่ะจะเก็บไปถวายพระที่บ้านนะคะอันนี้เงินทุนหลวงนะคะจากกระทรวงพาณิชย์นะคะห้ามเอาไปถวายพระที่บ้านนะคะ It's a Thai way to show the respect to our teachers or our coach. And now we're gonna have 15 minutes break for you guys to make up, you know, because we're gonna take photos on stage and have a certificate ceremony. And afterward we will have a some rewards for the lucky one, and you'll see who will get these luggages. Okay, see you guys in 15 minutes.อย่าแย่งกันนะคะแบ่งกันใช้
And we decided it would be great to give another prize to, or another vis-a-vis to, I guess, the most outstanding prototype sample that we felt really hit the brief and was executed exceptionally well. So we decided to give that to the team from Ta Ta Ta.
Ooh.คือกระเป๋าเนี่ยวางไม่ได้นะคะหายทันทีดิฉันบอกไว้ก่อนมีจ้องไว้หลายตาค่ะ It's our honor to have Australian ambassador design it to Thailand, Mr. Paul Robiliard. Please welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm going to make a speech after this, so I better not use up all my words now. But can I just say congratulations first to those who have succeeded. It's really great, and I'm sure, given the expertise involved in the consideration of your success, it was well deserved. But I pay particular thanks to Dave and Payne for their great contribution to this event and to the overall Australia-Thailand relationship. It's really fantastic what you've done. Thanks very much. And my pleasure is to present this now.
Yeah. King รับไมโครโฟนจากท่านด้วย
Yes, come into the middle.
ตาร้อนจับตาแดง
Fantastic. Can I just say that this has been funded by the Australia-Thailand Institute, which is the body in Australia which advises the Australian government through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Australia's relations with Thailand, and has been working very closely with Thai partners over many, many years to promote the Australian-Thailand relationship, especially in these sorts of areas of design and creativity. And it's great that the Institute's able to make this very substantial presentation. We're very pleased that they've been able to be involved in this way. Congratulations again. Well, very well done. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir.
Someone has a plane to catch. Don't try to put this in the back. When we're here in Thailand, that we allow our Thai friends and colleagues to make the final speech, the last speech. But Emma Kathatong Thomnai, Director of the Ministry of Commerce of Thailand Institute of Design and Innovation, the Bangkok Design Festival team and the Crumpler team, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to be here this afternoon. Some of you may know I've been in Bangkok. This is my third week in Bangkok as Australia's ambassador. It's been a busy couple of weeks already, and this is another busy week. But it's really fantastic for me to be able to be here today with you. This is very much a demonstration of all that we in Australia and all that our Thai friends here want to do to promote the Australia-Thai relationship. Because I think both in Thailand and Australia we recognise that innovation is certainly going to be a key for the development of our economies, for improving the standard of living of our people and increasingly innovation is going to play a very important part in how our societies develop for the better over the 21st century. And an important element of innovation is design and creativity. And I think both Australia and Thailand have wonderful professional skills and wonderful developing skills, as demonstrated here this afternoon, in design and creativity. I was saying earlier to people I was talking to that in both countries we tend to probably think more of the historical leaders of design and creativity, whether that be in the United States or in Europe or Japan. But I think increasingly we're seeing around the world new sources of design and creativity, and Australia and Thailand are two of those centres where new young people, new young designers are coming to the fore. And what we as an embassy want to do and continue to promote is how we can develop those exchanges between especially young designers in Thailand and in Australia. And this is one way of doing that, and we're pursuing with our friends and partners here in Thailand a range of other opportunities to do so. But the Embassy has been very proud to support Crumpler's activities here in the second Thailand Innovation and Design Expo 2014. It's a great event. I think they have inspired you all as participants. I hope that what you have been able to achieve over this workshop is really going to be something you'll be able to take away with you. It's really fantastic what they've announced here this afternoon in terms of a gesture towards young Thai designers having the opportunity to further their interests in Australia. And as I said, the Australia-Thailand Institution and the Australian Embassy are really pleased to be able to contribute to that. I think if I could say on a personal note, Kun Kathathong is a graduate of the University of Canberra, and you can see where Australia's leadership and world class in education contributes so much to enriching both Australia but also Thailand. And I was explaining to him that my daughter is actually at the University of Canberra doing first year university, and I hope that you might be something of an inspiration to her, because sometimes I feel she does need a little bit of inspiring from time to time. But the events that we've had today would not have been possible without a whole range of people, and I thank all of those people who have been supporting this event. A special thanks to the Bangkok Design Festival team. Without their energy and their persistence, these sorts of projects just never get off the ground. So on behalf of the Embassy, let me say we very much look forward to future collaboration with you all. We all look very much forward to taking the Australia-Thailand relationship further on and developing it further, and having that particular focus on where we can contribute to each other's design, creativity and innovation. Thank you very much for having me here this afternoon. It's a great pleasure.
And please welcome Mr. Kathathong from Yai again. Come on.
Your Excellency, Mr. Paul Robiliard, Australian Ambassador Designate to Thailand, Dave Roper, Kane Whiteway, สวัสดี คุณประธานธีรธาดา คุณมงคล พงษ์อนุตรี นะครับ distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Department of International Trade Promotion, Ministry of Commerce, I'm honored once again to be able to come here and speak to you all at the closing of this Back to the Future workshop. I had a few comments last time I was up speaking at the opening. A lot of people couldn't understand what I was saying. I said it's Australian, not English. It's Australian. Anyway, the Department of International Trade Promotion, Ministry of Commerce, has undertaken many projects aimed at raising the potential of Thai entrepreneurs, particularly in the field of design and branding. And we believe that this will be the future of the Thai industry as we move towards the ASEAN Economic Community, or the AEC, in 2015. Competition will be fierce, and we must be prepared to compete on the global, to maintain our global market share. The DITP has a policy to cooperate with various organizations, both public and private, to help support and promote Thai SMEs and entrepreneurs to move up the value chain and to show their full potential in the international arena. This project is a good example of the close cooperation that we have forged with the private sector. I'd like to thank Mr. Dave Roper once again, Mr. Kane, White Way, Kun Mongkon and Kun Prathan for their wonderful arrangement of this workshop. Indeed, this has been a great learning experience. I'm sure you all agree. It's given us the opportunity to share our knowledge and experience and enhance the experience of Thai designers and entrepreneurs. I'd like to congratulate all the participants. I was here for each one of your presentations, or most of them anyway. Very successful workshop. I believe that you all have gained this valuable experience and will benefit in the future. Must thank all of you once again for your efforts and congratulations on a very successful workshop. Thank you and best of luck. Thank you.
identity ของแบรนด์ตาคาตาค่ะก็คือเราจะเลือกใช้หนังแท้ค่ะหนังฟอกฝาดซึ่งมันจะมีเสน่ห์จากสีมันจะเปลี่ยนตามการใช้งานของมันเลยค่ะซึ่งเวลาใช้ยิ่งคนไหนใช้ลักษณะการใช้งานต่างกันสีมันก็จะเปลี่ยนไปตามคนนั้นนะคะซึ่งมันเป็นเสน่ห์ของหนังโดยที่เราจะเอามาดึงเราก็จะนำมาใช้ร่วมกับผ้าแคนวาสอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเพื่อมาทำเป็นกระเป๋า
แล้วคิดว่าทำไมกระเป๋าของเราถึงได้ถูกเลือกได้รางวัลเป็นกระเป๋า
คิดว่าที่ถูกรับเลือกอาจจะเป็นเพราะว่าเหมือนเราสามารถทำตามกระบวนการขั้นตอนแล้วก็เหมือนตอบโจทย์นะคะเช่นเหมือนโอเคตอบโจทย์ตรงกับแบรนด์ personality ของเราแล้วเราสามารถกำหนดกลุ่ม target แล้วก็สามารถเหมือนทำกระเป๋าออกมาได้ตรงกลุ่ม target เหมือนตรงกับชีวิตประจำวันการใช้งานของเขาได้
ประสบการณ์ที่ได้จากการเวิร์กช็อปครั้งนี้ก็คือเหมือนอย่างวิธีการขั้นตอนการทำงานเนี่ยค่ะคือเดฟเขาก็เคนเขาก็จะสอนว่าแบบเราจะต้องเริ่มทำจากสเก็ตเหมือนตอนแรกเราต้องวิเคราะห์กลุ่มเป้าหมายแล้วให้ชัดเจนก่อนว่าแบบเขาเป็นใครเขาต้องการอะไรแล้วในชีวิตเขาเนี่ยมีอะไรที่ต้องใช้กับกระเป๋าใบนี้บ้างอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะแล้วก็ต้องพอมาเริ่มสเก็ตเขาก็สอนว่าเราจะต้องเลือกแมททีเรียลไหนที่มันเหมาะกับการใช้งานนั้นๆอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะ
เพราะว่าเหมือนจากที่เห็นตอนผ่านมาตั้งแต่ยุคแรกๆจนก็มาถึงตอนนี้มันมีความชัดเจนมากคิดว่าเราเรียนรู้อะไรมันเปลี่ยนมาอย่างไรกลายเป็นรูปแบบแบบนี้
คิดว่าที่เราเปลี่ยนแปลงตั้งแต่จากตอนต้นจนถึงตอนนี้นะคะก็คือตอนแรกเหมือนเราเริ่มทำจากว่าโอเคเป็นกระเป๋าใบที่เราชอบแต่เหมือนพอเราทำมาเรื่อยๆเราก็มีกลุ่ม target มากขึ้นแล้วก็เหมือนแบบสามารถศึกษาจากกลุ่ม target ได้ว่าเขาใช้อะไรเขาถืออะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะก็เหมือนเอามาปรับปรุงให้เข้ากับกลุ่มเป้าหมายเรามากขึ้น
ดีใจไหมครับได้มาร่วมเวิร์กช็อป
ดีใจค่ะก็เป็นประสบการณ์ที่ดีค่ะ
ขอบคุณมากครับ
ค่ะชื่อแพรนะคะมาจากทีมลาบราดอร์ค่ะ
ค่ะออยค่ะทีมเดียวกัน ก็เป็น Product Design ทั้งคู่เลยค่ะ
แล้วทำไมถึงเลือกทำงานกับลาบราดอร์
ที่เลือกทำงานกับลาบราดอร์นะคะความจริงแพรตอนเลือกความจริงแพรเลือกเยอะเหมือนกันนะแต่ว่าที่เนี่ยเขาเหมือนแบบมีความ eco friendly ด้วยอ่ะแพรก็รู้สึกว่าอยากจะลองไปให้สุดของทางเรื่อง eco friendly product อะค่ะก็เลยลองมาทำงานที่นี่แล้วพอมาทำปุ๊บก็แบบที่นี่เขาแบบมีความ creative ด้วย minimal style ด้วยก็ชอบ
ก็อันดับแรกเลยก็คือแบบเหมือนชอบงานของเขาไลฟ์สไตล์การทำงานอะไรอย่างนี้ด้วยพอเข้ามาทำจริงๆแล้วก็คือเหมือนแบบเขาก็เปิดโอกาสให้เราได้แบบรับผิดชอบโปรเจกต์หนึ่งไปเลยอย่างออยก็โปรเจกต์หนึ่งแพรก็โปรเจกต์หนึ่งอะไรเงี้ยรันด้วยตัวเองทุกอย่างแบบตั้งแต่แพคเกจจิ้งกราฟิกแมททีเรียลคุยกับซัพพลายเออร์หรืออะไรอย่างเงี้ยก็คือเหมือนแบบก็ได้ประสบการณ์เหมือนที่คิดไว้ว่าแบบ
แล้วพวกพี่จบมาจาก
ออยจบมัณฑนศิลป์ศิลปากรค่ะ
ไอดีจุฬาค่ะไอดีจุฬาค่ะ
แล้วก็สนใจทางโปรดักต์อยู่แล้ว
ใช่สนใจ
ก็เรียนโปรดักต์มาอยู่แล้ว
ครับผมแล้วคิดว่าทำไม
อยก่อนเลยทำไมเหรอก็อาจจะเป็นเพราะแบบ เหมือนแบบเรากล้าที่จะลองสิ่งใหม่ๆโดยที่แบบเหมือนจริงๆเราบดอใช้หนังแท้แต่ว่าอันเนี้ยเหมือนแบบพยายามที่จะลองแบบเขาเรียกอะไรท้าทายกับแบบโจทย์ที่ให้มาก็คือ back to the future ประมาณนั้น
คิดเหมือนกันเลย
เอาเหรอ
มันมีเหมือนมี
ใช่ค่ะจริงๆอันนี้คือแบบเราแบบสร้างคอนเซปต์ใหม่ขึ้นมาเลยแพทเทิร์นก็คือแบบใหม่หมดเลยไม่ได้มีอะไรใช่ใช่ก็คือเหมือนแค่เล่าให้เจ้านายฟังว่าแบบยังไงแต่เขาก็คือเปิดโอกาสให้เรา2 คนแบบลุยเองเลยประมาณ
แต่เหมือนแบบตอนเราออกแบบเราก็คิดอยู่แล้วว่ามันจะเหมือนแบบไปกับแบรนด์เราได้หรือเปล่าอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเหมือนแบบอย่างมินิมอลสไตล์ก็เป็นแบบเหมือนแบบที่เรายังคงเอาไว้อะเพราะเราก็ชอบด้วย
โดยเฉพาะเรื่องของ eco friendly
มันก็คือสาเหตุที่เราเลือกใช้กระดาษหรือเปล่า
ก็ด้วยเหมือนจริงๆอันเนี้ยก็คือมันมีโปรเจกต์ที่เราแบบกำลังแบบ on process กันอยู่แล้วแต่ว่ายังไม่เคยเอามาทำกระเป๋าอย่างนี้เหมือนกัน
ใช่ก็เห็นแบบศักยภาพมันนะเนี่ยก็น่าจะได้นะก็เลยลองดู
จริงๆก็ไม่คิดว่าแบบเพราะว่ามันก็มีปัญหาเยอะเพราะด้วยเวลาที่มันจำกัดอะไรเงี้ยแล้วก็มันเป็นสิ่งใหม่ที่เราไม่เคยทำมาก่อนเลย
แล้วเราคิด
เนี่ยความจริงโจทย์
ปรับไหมถ้าสมมติว่าเป็นใบเนี่ยคือเหมือนทั้ง2 ใบอะมันเป็นคอนเซ็ปต์เดียวกันก็คือแบบเหมือนเป็น weekday กับ weekend ใช่ไหมคะแบบเหมือนก็คือคล้ายๆกับว่าซื้อกระเป๋า1 ใบได้2 ใบประมาณนั้นก็ใบนี้ก็อันนี้คือใบเล็กใช่ไหมคะก็โอเคนะคะแบบมันก็พอดีประมาณนั้นแต่ว่าพอชอบแต่ว่าก็อาจจะอยากปรับมีก็คือแบบพอใช้เป็นแบบสายยาวอย่างเงี้ยค่ะมันก็อาจจะให้ความรู้สึกว่าแบบมันจะแข็งแรงพอที่จะแบบใส่แล็ปท็อปใส่ของเยอะๆไหมอะไรเงี้ยก็อาจจะต้องดูอีกทีถ้าแบบผลิตออกมาจริงๆเลยแต่อย่างอื่นก็โอเคใช่ส่วนอันนี้ก็น่าจะปรับเรื่องแบบอันนี้น่าจะปรับเยอะกว่าเพราะว่ามันไม่เป็นแบบที่เราคิดอะไรเงี้ยก็คือด้วยสายอันดับแรกเลยคือแบบเหมือนไซส์มันก็ใหญ่ไปอะไรเงี้ยแล้วก็เรื่องสายมันแข็งก็ยังรู้สึกไม่ค่อยลงตัวเท่าไหร่วิธีการใช้สายอะไรเงี้ย
ไปปรับที่ออสเตรเลียเลยเดี๋ยวแววไปด้วย
เราคิดว่าเราได้ประสบการณ์อะไรดีๆจากเวิร์กช็อป Back to the Future ดีมากครับ
ก็ประสบการณ์ที่ได้จากเวิร์กช็อปนะคะเพราะว่าเหมือนแบบเราได้เปิดหูเปิดตาดูว่าเหมือนแบบวิธีคิดวิธีการทำงานเขาเป็นยังไงอะไรเงี้ยอย่างโปรเจกต์เนี้ยก็คือเอามาปรับใช้ล้วนๆเลยเริ่มจากเหมือนแบบเราหา target model ขึ้นมาคนหนึ่งแล้วเราก็แบบฟังทุกอย่างที่เขาพูดใช่แล้วเรา เลิกออยเลยแบบใกล้ตัวอุ้ยเดือนเดียวเอาออยเลยแล้วกันค่ะแล้วก็ฟังทุกอย่างแล้วก็ปรับแก้ตามทุกอย่างเท่าที่เวลาจะอำนวยอะนะค่ะ
ดีที่สุดมัน
ก็เป็นโปรเซสหลักที่เราใช้
ที่เหมือนกัน
ดีใจไหมชนะได้ไปออสเตรเลีย
ดีใจปะเขาถามแกดีใจได้กระเป๋า
แพ้ดีใจไหมก็ดีใจค่ะแต่ว่าก็เหมือนแบบแพรกับออยก็ยังมีโปรเจกต์ที่โฮกันอยู่ตอนนี้ก็เลยต้องดูอีกทีเหมือนกัน
มันก็ดีใจนะคัมเปอร์เขาแบบประสบความสำเร็จอยู่แล้วอะไรเงี้ยเราก็อยากไปมีโอกาสนะเนาะก็อยากไปแต่ว่าก็ใช่แต่ว่าก็
ไม่ได้อยากคู่กับมันเลย
ก็อาจจะเดี๋ยวต้องขอคุยกับบอสก่อนแต่บอสใจดีค่ะ
โอเคค่ะ